seeing you battling out there in that one. But here for Moto number 2, who you want to thank for this 3rd place?
Wait, hold on. I can't hear you.
We'll give them just 1 second, guys. Let this next moto head out for their sight lap. Congratulations on the bronze medal as well. Who you want to thank for helping you get that?
I want to thank my mom, my dad, my brother, Jesus Christ for my talents of protection, KTM, Darian, Jan, the whole Orange Brigade crew, Fox, Alex, Team Dunlopoli, Lynx, Phil Factory, Pro Taper, Beast Moto Lab, Lynx, and everybody else. Thank you.
One more question for you before I let you go. Was it hot enough out there for you?
It felt good. Got off to a better start. And yeah, I just got a little bit tired last lap, but yeah.
It's a scorcher. I'm sure you did. Beckham Smith, your bronze medalist here in Moto number 2, everybody. And that will do it for our 85 10-12. Back up to y'all in the tower.
All right, thank you very much there. Jackie Legs down at the podium as we keep the ball rolling. 125C headed out on their sight lap right now for race number 4. Second moto is officially off and rolling here on Wednesday, just about that 3 p.m. Don't forget, at 3:27 on the dot today, KTM going to be firing up that 3:27 two-stroke. The sweet smell of premix. Going to be oh, who did I say? KTM. KTM probably got some two-strokes to crank up too. Kawasaki going to be cranking up that brand new 327. I finally got to see it in person. I've seen pictures. Yeah. Stu's shown me all kinds of things, but actually seeing it in person, man, it's so good. I definitely want to be over there when they fire it up. Every day they'll be doing that as well. 327 on the dot. And speaking of two-strokes, got a lot of them headed back to the line after a sight lap here. 125C coming up next, Weech.
Yeah, and that's going to be a fun one to watch. We welcome in a crowd that'll be coming in at the top of the hour on Amazon Prime and Roku channel, YouTube, and more. And we're going to take a break in a moment before we set the stage. So this will be interesting. 125C into the second set of motos. Consistency, not normally the specialty of riders who are new to racing here at the ranch. That'll be this class. We'll see if chaos reigns here in a little bit. Sight lap's over, but that can only tell you so much. You can only control what you can control. And there's 41 other riders that can change someone's plans real quick.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The C-Class, you never know what you're going to see. Sometimes it's consistency, sometimes it's chaos. A lot of C words you can put in there, but it's always certainly exciting. Another C word there for you as our 125 class. I'm also glad they brought this back. It's only been a couple of years back in the running order, but the 125, I think, a big part of the stepping program, especially for our novice riders as well. So a lot of our younger riders taking part in this as well. I believe we've got some AMA 14s out here in this one as well. So some of the young kids jumping up on the big bikes and kind of trying their hand out before they maybe jump over to the 4-stroke rides.
And the rider to beat that first moto was Cole Tranquil. Got that special stagger in those tires right there. Amazing. You can just hold it wide. Fourth gear is all you need. Cole Tranquil, not Cole Trickle, who had that first moto win. One of the game moto Greg DiRenzo trained riders. We'll see if he can handle the pressure coming in with the first moto win. Take a break, and we'll be back live on FloRacing.
Every gate drop is a chance to make history.
And the gate's down. We're off and rolling.
From thousands of hopefuls,
Here we go.
to one legendary proving ground. This is history in the making. Welcome to the 45th annual Monster Energy AMA Amateur National Motocross Championship, presented by AMSOIL. Since 1982, Loretta Lynn Ranch has launched the careers of motocross legends. Now, a new generation is ready. It's Loretta Lynn's. It's where champions begin.
Welcome to the show, the biggest motocross race in the world. This is it at Loretta Lynn Ranch, about an hour outside of Nashville, Tennessee. This 125C race, second race of the week for this group, already underway on lap 1. Cole Trankel is the rider to beat in this class. The number 46 rider won the first race of his class yesterday, and getting out front quickly on this first lap here and getting away. He's going to be the man to watch early on this one. There he is on that 46, headed to the sand.
So there you see the 46 of Cole Trankel out front leading the way. Andrew Johnson and Jay Stanley finishing up in the second and third spot in Moto number 1. We'll see if they can bring the fight to Trankel right now, who's trying to keep it perfect at the top of the field.
Jason Wygant, Zach Herron, and Kevin Wyndham, multi-time champion here at Loretta Lynn's Ranch and the National Championship. We'll give you the call this first race here in our window. Thanks for tuning in on the 24/7 FloRacing channel, giving you a taste of what you're in for here on Amazon Prime and Roku channel, YouTube as well. This is a beginner class at this motocross event. These are some of the youngest riders out here on the larger size bikes. And for all of them, it is their first time they've made it to the National. That's what makes them eligible for what is called the C or novice class. But some of them can go pretty darn fast, Zach.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We talked about the C classes maybe needing to be separated into C plus and C minus. Your local level, these riders are oftentimes competing with the backside of the A class and the B class, but you bring it right here to the ranch, and it is truly the best of the best from coast to coast. So the C class going to work right now, and just like you said, Weege, the pressure, the weight of Loretta Lynn's they're experiencing for the first time here in 2026.
Jaden Stoffel on the 41 is the rider you're seeing right now. He's trying to win this battle and get into the top 3 to grab a podium medal. But it's early. It'll be a 15-minute race for these youngsters and 12 minutes still to go. This is just the start of the second lap.
There you go. Wow, a couple of 125C riders still breaking those triples out midway through the 10 Commandments, one of the most well-known sections of this Loretta Lynn's course. Year 45 here, Weege. This is one of those locations where the track arguably just as famous than most of the riders that have ever been on it.
Yeah, and we call it the Monster Energy Amateur National, but if you ask any of these riders and their families, they refer to it just by Loretta's. This is the one you want to just qualify for a lot of these racers, making the grade through a series of area and regional qualifiers and championships, just qualifying for this. That is the ultimate accomplishment. The racing, just the icing on the cake. For few, there are some that their goal is to win. And right now, Cole Trankel doing the best job. But Andrew Johnson, second in that first moto. You see the 95, second in this moto. He wants to take advantage of Trankel, makes a mistake.
Yeah, just like you said there, consistency here at the top of the C class, catching us off guard a little bit. Austin Roberts, who was also in that Stanley, who was third in that first moto, just outside the top 5 here early in Moto 2 as well. But to your point there, Jason, it's either the weightlessness of accomplishment or that burden of expectation. Some riders, a lot of pressure headed into this week, but most of our C class riders, they're enjoying it. First time, make the most of it. All those nerves are just how much it took to get here.
Yeah, I don't know how many of the riders in this class, their first time here, even know what type of competition they're up against. You get to the classes where people have raced against each other for years, you know where you're probably going to stack up. Most of these riders are new to racing. They know how fast they are. They have no idea how fast the other riders are. So to try to set up an expectation is pretty tough. We know that Lincoln Nielsen is pretty quick right now. He's moved to third at the number 30. We have Andrew Johnson battling it out with Lincoln now.
How about that?
So celebrating the great presidents of the USA. And watch for the 42 of Jay Stanley. He's on the right side of your screen right here. He wants to make a pass on Aiden Corraville.
And to your point there, Jason, like you said, still relatively new for a lot of these riders on the big bikes. Their first time here at the ranch, and a lot of them maybe the first time with national competition. Sure, they maybe have raced the best in Florida, the best in Colorado, wherever they're from, but to truly have a not only national field, but a worldwide field as well. Riders coming from all over the globe to compete here. Really excited to see what we're going to get as problems for the number 30. Kevin Wyndham, obviously a huge accomplishment and quite the impressive resume on the pro side of things, but a Hall of Famer here at the ranch as well. You know how to get the job done here. 18 moto wins straight right here at the ranch.
Yeah, it was certainly 3 years of racing that catapulted me into my professional year, and it's just such an honor to be back here at the ranch. It's such a historical place. As riders from the past, as you get to watch this week of all the classes that we go through, there's so many blasts from the past. Previous champions here at the ranch, people who've moved on to the pro ranks, now back out here supporting their kids as they are also chasing their dreams on two wheels. So it is certainly a who's who of decade upon decade of racing. And right now, as we watch the C-Class, as y'all were saying, these guys in their own region, in their own state, there's, what, 42 guys in this race, and they represent almost every state in America. In their own local regions, they are the best of the best. You put them all together and just see who rises to the top. It's obviously Trinkle right now. And look at Aiden Corbel on the 43 getting into the mix. Got Nelson and Stanley as well as the battle is on. Cole Trinkle out to a comfortable lead, but everything behind him is just chaos right now for the 125 C-Class.
We had 3 wide coming out of that corner. Now 2 wide. I believe this is going to be Andrew Johnson has taken second back away from Coralville. Jaden Stoffel, 41, is 4th. And Lincoln Nielsen trying to hang on with this group. This is a good battle right now. Watch that 42 and the 41. Almost lines come together in this corner behind the famous billboard turn.
I tell you what else I'm seeing is how tight Andrew Johnson took that corner right there. The main deep inside rut has kind of almost bottomed out to where they're moving a little bit further to the inside. Your FloRacing lap times show that Trinkle a 2:04. He looks pretty comfortable running that as well. Seems to be, at least in this 125 C-Class, able to push the pace just a bit more than the rest of the field.
That's a pretty big gap. 4 seconds a lap on a motocross track. Faster is the leader, Trinkle. So we'll keep watching this battle of the 10 Commandments. Pretty famous section of racetrack there. You can scan that QR code, by the way, to learn more about FloRacing, not just motocross, but for 60,000 different sporting events a year that streams 24/7 on FloRacing. Anyway, these sections of the track, Kevin, motocross is kind of dynamic. Dirt changes, weather changes the dirt, et cetera, but there's not a ton of change. What happens back there is pretty much what happens back there all the time.
Yeah, it's par for the course. I mean, this is a national event of the highest level. It is the pinnacle. And so you have thousands of entries here and lap after lap after lap. These tires just chewing the track up. We call it the 43rd rider. It's we call it living as well. The dirt's living. It's changing lap after lap. As it's hard to believe that we start each day out with this sand section we're looking at, virtually perfectly smooth. And as it bites one rider, talking about the 20 miles of bad road, we call it. That's the number 13.
Bad luck.
Omar, yeah. Going down as we see the track just get deteriorated lap after lap, race after race. And tough get off for that young man as he was able to remount. We'll see what he can do with the rest of this moto. Still 6.5 minutes almost to go in this moto.
It sounds like we've actually got a replay of that crash there for the number 13, Ben Komar, making his way through the 20 miles of bad road, as we like to call that section. Deep, powdery sand, and you can see just starts to get out of shape. Back end kicks out, and at that point, K-Dub, he's just along for the ride. He's along for the ride, yeah. Luckily, the bike did not come after him. That crash, I'm sure, hurt, but sometimes when these 200-pound motorcycles chase you down and jump on top of you, it can make it a little bit worse. I was glad to see that young rider remount and get back into the action. Back on board with our Monster Energy live drone to the top side of the field. Aiden Coralville under pressure from Jay Stanley. Stanley grabbing a podium in Moto 1, wants to be right back up on the box here in Moto 2. I feel like it's either one way or the other in these C classes. We either have incredible inconsistency, riders outside the top 10 then grabbing wins, or it's almost identical moto after moto. We're starting to see that shape up as Trinkle, Johnson, and Stanley 1, 2, and looks like still got to work a little bit for that third place spot. Johnson a third in Moto 1, currently running in the number 2 spot. But Trinkle trying to make the math easy, so easy even the announcer can do it. 1 + 1 means he is still in control of this championship chase. As I tell you what, I'm impressed Corville's taking a lot of these outsides because he left the door wide open. Look at that. Stanley makes the pass happen. And if you guys are wanting to learn more about the riders on your screen or any of our competitors here at Loretta Lynn, scan that QR code on your screen. Our friends over at Verve Moto have their Verve Prospect app to give you all the information you could ever want and then some for each and every one of our riders. And if you're a racer yourself, go ahead and type your name and you may be surprised, can claim your profile and find out how you are ranked all on that Verve Prospect app. Zach, I'm sorry, I do not have the Prospect app in front of me. Can you look on your paperwork? I believe Aiden Corville on the 43, he may have DNF'd. He did not finish Moto 1, so he is one of the riders that is now trying to put his mark on the 125 C-Class. Obviously, I think Trinkle and Johnson, Stanley all had good rides there in Moto number 1, but this is the first time we're seeing the 43 as he did not finish Moto 1. Yep, a DNF usually standing for did not finish, but this time he's trying to turn it into do not forget. I'm still here and I got something to prove. Corville with the 2-lap card out, fighting for that final spot on the podium. would love to turn his week around. We talked about as we start to move into our second and later third motos, you start to have that dark horse effect. A rider that's out of title contention but could still reach up and grab a moto win at any moment. Definitely going to be a tall order with Cole Trinkle on your screen, riding like he has been so far this week. Looking pretty picture perfect for the moment.
Yeah, that's Trinkle right there out of Montana. So you talk about not knowing where you stack up. I cannot imagine that he has raced against a lot of these riders in his home state. So wherever he might have thought he was, well, he might have exceeded those expectations. He has been dominant, and a lap and a half to go, and he'll have a 1-1. And the way the 3-moto format works, the lowest score wins. So if you go 1-1-1, you scored 3 points, no one can beat that. You'd be the national champ. But we've seen the third motos get crazy. Right now, all Trinkle can do is just focus on each lap, each moment, and hope the luck stays on his side, because everything he can control, he's done quite well.
Trinkle doing a good job of choosing his lines wisely through that section. We've already seen what he's capable of so far in this moto, and at this point, it looks like Trinkle may have backed it down a little bit, trying to just manage and bring this thing home with a little over a lap left to go. He gets ready to buzz by us here in the tower as Cole Trinkle, just like you said, this was a smooth corner to start the week off, and now it looks like those rollers were designed and built into that, just the way this track shapes up. And you can see Trinkle looking a little lonesome out in front, but I'm sure that's the exact way he would like to have it. Great shot there for the Monster Live drone. As also kind of there in no man's land, looks like the number 2 ride, Johnson, in a great spot. Like we said, a podium finish in Moto 1, backing it up here with a second in Moto 2. And as the white flag flies, he's just got to do it for one more lap. And probably going to be the biggest competitor there for Trinkle. I believe the 3-2, and then if Stanley is able to hang on to it, we'll have a 3-2 and a 2-3 for the backside of the podium.
Andrew Johnson from Logan, Ohio. He's 15 years old, just like the rider here leading. Trinkle is a 15-year-old as well. And you expect to see these riders move up and maybe compete in the intermediate or B class here next year, a couple of stages away from being professional. Now, not a lot of the riders who start late in their career and race C class do make it to the pro level, but it has happened before. Trinkle's just got to focus on the now instead of what could be down the road for him. Getting this moto win would be big with a half a lap to go. Kevin Windham, I got to imagine, though, when you sit on that 1-1 and you got about a day and a half to think about it before the third moto, that's a lot of pressure to focus.
It can be, and that's a very important part of the week-long race here we have at Loretta Lynn's ranch as they chase the championship here, is to live in the moment. You know, you can't think about what you're going to do in Moto 3. You got to be lap by lap as he's coming into some lap traffic. Just stay focused and hit your marks and be in the moment, be in the present. Yeah, you've had a good start to the week, but the adversity of this track and this week-long event, certainly things change in the heartbeat. You take the opportunities and the circumstances as they come, and you have to live in the moment, and that's what he's doing right now. Definitely can't, so Moto 3 for him will be at least, what, maybe a day and a half away, maybe 2. I'll look at the running order here in a minute, but can't think about that right now. You know, you got to stay in the moment.
Well, here we go, in the moment, not long left. One more time through the Thor Sand Sweeper into what we call the Bermuda Triangle, the final corner on this track, and oftentimes one of the most treacherous, avoids a downed rider, and now going to be looking for a checkered flag. Cole Trinkle going to go 1-1 so far here in the 125C class and maintains control of the championship chase. Looks like Andrew Johnson going to try to keep fighting this for another podium finish. This time bumps up a spot. He's gone 3. He's about to go 2 if he can hang on for it. That means 1 spot left to try to grab up on the box. We'll see if he can get the job done in moto number 3. There is the 95 taking that number 2 spot. And the battle rages on. Look at this, a switch up as Corville in the number 3 spot, but Stoffel has also gotten around Stanley last we saw, so that could be a big player in this overall picture. Still coming down to the wire, and the 41 does take that 4th place spot, so Stanley now on the backside of the top 5.
Yeah, that'll hurt. There's a couple of riders in the rankings, whether they're fighting for the title or they want to finish 2nd or 3rd by the end of the week. A couple position changes, that could change it all. Andrew Johnson, he's going to have to hope for some luck in that 3rd moto. He's a couple points back on Trinkle going into Moto 3, but if he can get some help, he can still win this one. But right now, the man that trains at the Game Moto Complex, I believe that's in Oklahoma, getting cooled off by the legendary trainer That's Greg Lorenzo out of New Jersey. Be careful. He's going to be crushing those cans as soon as they're empty. Lorenzo, he does not mess around when it comes to creating fit athletes for this race, and he has trained Cole Trinkle into a winner here. Not Cole Trinkle. Get that special stagger in the tires. Andrew Johnson finishes second. Aiden Corrieville, as Zach Herron mentioned, late past the third. Stoffel, Stanley, Nielsen, Stock, Roberts, Irwin, and Waite round out the top 10. That's our first moto here as part of the FloRacing 24/7 channel. And we'll give you a rapid replay of how this all unfolded. For Trinkle, he just needed to get the start and get out front. He did that. No problem.
That is exactly what Cole Trinkle did. He's now done that twice at the ranch. So we were talking about the C consistency. Well, he has it right now. As we're watching him just silky smooth again with red boots.
Yeah, that's
how about that?
The week. Good point. A lot of red boot winners. Now, Trinkle, I did see have problems in his other C class he's racing. So the full focus for him is going to be to lock down this title. Winning the second of 3 races, a big step to that. And you can see the emotion as he crosses the line and hangs out with his friends and family. We're going to send it down to the podium. Jackson Burrell.
All right, thank you, Weege. We are down here with our gold medalist, Cole Trinkle. Let's hear it for him one time. Great job out there, Cole. 1-1 moto scores for you so far. How does that feel?
It feels good.
Take us through that moto.
I got like a 5th place start, passed everyone in the first 2 corners, and then just rode my race from there.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on the gold medal. It doesn't get much better than that. Who you want to thank?
I'd like to thank my mom and dad, FloRacing, Game Moto, T-Rex, Lynx Racing, everybody from Game Moto, Greg, GC, Bud, Greg Lorenzo, Hammer Nutrition, and everybody else helps me. Thank you.
1-1 moto scores so far for Cole Trinkle, your gold medalist here in Moto 2. Now we are going to get our silver medalist up to the stage. Andrew Johnson, come on up. And here you go, Andrew. Throw that medal on. Once again, Andrew Johnson, our silver medalist here in Moto 2. Take us through your race.
I got a good start, and so I was in second place. By the second corner, I got passed into 4th, and I just found smooth lines to get around everyone. Got back up to second, and just stayed there and stayed smooth.
Well, congratulations to you. 3-2 moto score so far. That's the way to start off the week. Who you want to thank?
My mom, my dad, 161 Motorworks, Bonsai Suspension, and Chris Whitcraft, Grandma, Grandpa, Osborne Off Road, and everyone else I forgot. Thank you.
All right, everybody, put your hands together for your silver medalist, Andrew Johnson. And now we will get our bronze medalist up to the stage. Aiden, come on up. And here he is, Aiden Corrieville, our bronze medalist here in Moto number 2. And if I'm not mistaken here, Aiden, a DNF in Moto 1. Take us through this second moto and tell us what happened there in that first one.
The first one, bike blew up. I was running like 7th, not the greatest. But this one, I was like 4th outside gate, and I knew I could rip a start. So it's probably like P5, made a few passes. Someone got around me, went down, and I was just pacing myself.
Well, congratulations. Welcome to the Loretta Lynn's podium. How's it feel?
It's great. I mean, I wish I would have done better, but I couldn't do anything from that gate, so.
Hey, 3rd place, we still got Moto 3 to go. Who you want to thank for helping get you up here?
I want to shout out to Jay Jones for getting my bike ready all through today because it was in pieces. I'd like to thank Merge Racing, DT1, Shelton Outdoor Power, Mika Metals, my whole family for coming out, my mechanic Cash, JRP, everyone else, thank you.
All right, everybody, put your hands together for your bronze medalist, Aiden Corrieville. And that will do it for our 125C Moto 2 podium. Back up to you guys in the tower.
Thank you, Jackson. Thanks, Jackson. And we're going to show you this map here. It's the road to Loretta. So that's a true national championship. You have to go through an area race at your local track, finish within a predetermined position. Usually it's top 7 or 8 there to qualify for the regional championship, which is pretty cutthroat. There you've got to finish with an even bigger stacked group of riders, again, in a predetermined position. Sometimes it's top 7, sometimes it's top 5, depending on how the math turns out. And if you can finish in that position at the regional, you earn the right to race here at the national championship. So this is the focus, of course, on this track at Loretta Lynn Ranch, but a lot of the famous motocross tracks throughout America are huge contributors to this program. The big green star here is for the track at Loretta Lynn Ranch, but all the tracks around the country are what make this race so unique. And what's also cool is that a lot of those tracks, the equipment, the landowners, the managers of the facilities come here to help make this event the best of the best. And we'll have more from it. We're going to take a commercial break and give you some more behind the scenes from the National.
Dunlop Geomax MX54.
All right, you're officially protected by America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Because hey, we know it's more than just a bike.
It's freedom.
It's therapy.
It's how I get to work.
So real.
Never thought about it like that.
This FloRacing broadcast is brought to you by Monster Energy, Unleash the Beast. By Amsoil, the first in synthetics. And by Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Get ready.
And get ready for this, the best racers in America, if not the world, because many of these classes, this race has so much prestige, it does end up seating the gate with riders from around the world. That means they have to also come to an area and regional qualifier just to get the chance to race here. But for a lot of riders in a lot of different nations, it's worth the travel, figuring out a way to get a bike and a place to go to the track in America, because this is the national championship they all want. We'll have more racing here in a moment. Got some track maintenance going on to prep this facility. But it's not just about the racing. When you come here to Loretta's, there's a lot of fun things for the fans and families to enjoy. And we thank our friends at Monster Energy for this one.
How y'all doing? My name is Blake Redfarron. Nowadays, I just go by Redfarron. We're out here at Loretta Lynn's 2026.
And you see the apprentice logo there. So integrated into this program, a little education. So On Track School manages the apprentice program for people who maybe are excelling and showing talents off of the dirt bike. And the apprentices are the ones that actually edited, shot, and put together that piece you just watched on Redfarron. So well done, some training for that group. And that's just part of the activities. We also have some superstars of the world of SMX and professional motocross and supercross come hang out all the time. Not to race anymore, but to also show their other talents. And that includes Malcolm Stewart, a supercross champion. But he's here to do his favorite thing, which is fishing. Here's more on that.
We are at the first ever Loretta Lynn's Malcolm Stewart fishing tournament.
It's awesome to do this as our first annual doing this. This is something that we want to continue to keep doing. I love coming to Loretta's. This is my family, right? You know, I grew up racing all the classes coming through here, and people know me as two things, racing motorcycles and fishing, and I feel like that's two things that we love to do. I'm here to do both of them, and this is an awesome deal. But hey, I can sit here and keep talking about it, but right now I'm down a bass, so I got to go out here and start catching.
Lakefront, got a view of the track, and the boys are fishing. It's cool that Mookie's putting on this little fishing tournament here. Gives all the kids something to do. My kids love fishing. I always grew up, love coming here to Loretta's, not only to race my dirt bike, but to fish. I put some rubber worms on. My one kid's got a worm, like a live worm, and the other one's got a rubber worm. We'll see. Like I said, it's been hot, so they should be down deep.
Yeah, that is really cool. You see the integration there is Ryan Villapoto and Malcolm Stewart, who went on to greatness as professionals. They come back to relive the experience. For Villapoto, his twin sons are actually racing this event. So he's now back as a racer dad for the first time. But because the event takes a week, you have to have activities beyond just racing on the track. So that's why you see the concerts, the fishing tournament, and so many other things to keep the families entertained. That's mom and dad, maybe siblings who aren't competing. And that's why they call it the world's greatest motocross vacation. And because you're here that long, that means that people have got to find a place to stay, and usually that's just Motorhome Central, and it goes on for miles, the campground here. So thanks to our friends at Progressive, you can scan that QR code on the screen, save money on all your insurance needs, and we're learning all the time up here in the announcer's tower. Our bar is low with how much knowledge we start the week with, so it's not hard to improve on that. You see all these campers, obviously you can get your RV camper insurance through Progressive, home, auto, motorcycle, side-by-side, ATV. But we keep learning about things we didn't even realize they insure. Now someone told us you can even get pet insurance through Progressive. That's priceless right there. This campground, though, it's really hard to describe. You can hop in a truck, drive 10 minutes, and you're still seeing campers on the side of the road. It's absolutely wild how many people are here. And it's not really the sheer number, it's the size of the vehicles that keep growing. When we mentioned that there's 42 riders in each class, they don't add riders. Every year it's the same amount of classes and bikes. Somehow the campground keeps growing. So you know what that means? Same amount of people, bigger trucks.
The support crew,
yeah,
the entourage grow, as well as the toter rigs, no question about it.
Yeah, grandma and grandpa now show up in their motorhome next door as well and make a week of it.
It's called a double wide.
Yep. So this is 65 7-9 on the gate, 7 to 9-year-old racers. That's what that means. And we'll show you how it turned out in the first moto for this group as they prepare for Moto 2.
Moto 1 winner Cameron Buckman, 65 7-9 limited. Moto 2 up next, dirty 100 points on the table.
And big thanks to our friends from Moto Playground. Been covering these races as a media company for a long time, decades. And you can scan that code there to download their Dirty 100 app, which tracks a lot of the amateur races around the country and gives you an idea where these riders stand coming into the national championship here. Playground always doing things to elevate the amateur side of motocross. So Buckman, that's who you just saw there on the number 5, has the moto win coming in. I think people would be surprised, Kevin Windham, 7 to 9 years old. But that doesn't mean they're beginners by any measure. They are incredibly skilled on these 65s.
Yeah, they are. And as I was looking at the gate that I would have picked, because the number 5 of Buckman had the preferred spot, he got number 1 gate pick. He went about exactly where I would go.
Okay.
And you got to remember, in 7 to 9, there's a lot of these kids that start riding at 3. So it is conceivable to say these guys have been riding, these riders have been riding half of their lives already in the 7 to 9
That's right. That's right. Yep. And most of them have been here multiple times. There's 50cc bikes. That's the smallest group. They're now into the 65s, which is the next largest up. So there's a surprising amount of experience for kids in the single digit of years. So now this is where the nerves really begin to ramp up, because Dad, the mechanic, is going to have to move away. Now it's just rider against rider. The card will go from a 1 to a 2 and then go sideways, and that's when the riders focus on the gate. So it's a 1 toward the riders, a 2 toward us. Mechanics back away. Riders going to put the bikes in gear. And then when this card goes sideways, it's full throttle clutch in, and now clutch out, and they are underway in 65 7-9. Cameron Buckman, the rider to beat here on the number 5.
Wow, I believe that start came from the outside.
Oh, a couple riders tangled up, but keeping it on 2 wheels. I'm watching the 58 around the outside.
Right 49 got the whole shot.
Oh, Indigo Spina Culp from Utica, New York. Of course there's some Utica with a name like that. Indigo. There is no connection there. I'm just making that up. They're on the long short shoot. I saw that 58 on the outside. It worked.
Yeah,
Straight geary.
Now to the lead. Not credited with the whole shot, but off to the early race lead. As I look through the lineup for number 5. There we go. Number 4.
He's all right.
That's a good spot with a Moto 1 win.
A collision.
Riders going down there in the 10 Commandments. See if they get back up and remount. They are. Both of those riders are getting up. Time to get back to action. See if they can recover and get a decent second moto finish, but they have a lot of work cut out for them.
picking the bikes up by the seat, not the handlebars. I know it's a pet peeve of yours as a coach now.
Well, it's a little different for the youngsters.
Oh, you'll let it go.
I'll let it go for the youngster.
Okay. Whatever you got to do to get leverage, pick up these motorcycles. Good to see those two riders are okay and back in it. So Trey Geary on the 58 in the first moto, 10th and now leading. So as far as the championship is concerned, that might be tough. You also want to watch for the 69 of Mickey Fluhart. He's second in the first moto, but he's way back.
Yeah, Fluhart credited with 9th position right now. So not the best start for Fluhart there, as he's got some work to do. It's a 3-moto format, obviously, like you were saying. You put the math together. And for Moto 1, we've talked about it a little bit earlier. If you're just tuning in, you draw a token for your gate pick. It's not based off of your qualifications through those areas and regionals you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
It's simply the luck of the draw as you draw a token. But as you get later in the week, you are able to pick your starting spot based off your previous moto. So things are a little bit more in your control. As speaking of in control, Buckman now to the lead.
Wow.
I believe he was about in 4th place on the start. We saw him back around there, already taking over the #1 position, and that is scary for the remaining 41 riders in this moto, as he is the one who took moto #1. So off to a great start here in moto #2, already taking the lead in lap #1.
Rider out of Florida, he is 10 years old, Cameron Buckman in the lead. And if you're wondering why a 10-year-old could race in a 7 to 9 class, to keep it fair for everyone, the racing age is based on your age in January 1st of the year. So a lot of these riders were 9 then, and then have since had a birthday. So that's fine for Buckman. It's a big transition. We mentioned the 50s are the smallest bikes. This is the first motorcycle that has a true transmission, a real clutch and gears. It's kind of hilarious to know that there are some adults that cannot operate a manual transmission car, but 7-year-olds have no problem with the motorcycle.
None whatsoever.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. The concept is just baffling. Some 20-year-olds how to drive a Honda Civic 5-speed.
Not happening.
But put a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old on a manual bike, no problem.
No, and in motocross, actually, it's even more advanced because they're using that transmission and the clutch to do more than just start from a stop and change some gears. They're using the clutch to control the power. These kids can do it. 69 of Fluhart starting to make his way toward the front where we expected him.
Yeah, he's on a roll right now, and we did expect it, obviously, because we watched this young rider at all of the major events across the country, but also his Moto 1 performance. So we knew what was coming. Just not the best of starts for Fluhart, but he's going to work as he is now in podium position here in Moto 2.
So Edwin Meyer is up ahead. Meyer, a couple of Meyers out here, the racing family. Let's see if Edwin can hold on. We're about to have a battle here at Loretta's 15-minute moto. 10 minutes to go. Meyer in second and Fluhart in third. That's who you're watching in this sand turn. And this will be an interesting one as, man, Buckman getting a little buck wild. Getting away, though. This will be the battle to watch. Fluhart tries to close in.
Yeah, let's have bike move around a little bit, Kevin. You see that?
Yeah, I was just going to mention, we were watching the guys go around the Thor Sand Sweeper, and I think your measure of success at this point is just if you maintain 2 wheels.
Sure.
If you stay on 2 wheels, that is a successful corner. That corner is so washed out. You can expect all these riders at some point in this moto to have feet off the pegs and not staying consistent in the line of choice, as there's a few lines through that Thor Sand Sweeper. That's pretty much the benchmark for success. You just have to make it through it at this point.
Fluhart just edging forward on Meyer. Fluhart, that number 69, out of Brandywine, Maryland, on the Cobra Elite Squad. So these guys are already getting support from the manufacturers. Whoa, that front wheel started to drop.
Yeah, absolutely. Going to break a commandment right there. Commandment number 1, or commandment number 2, thou shalt not drop the front end.
There's one more important than that.
Thou shalt enter the commandments with speed.
Okay, well, yeah, one off the lead to 2.
Speed is definitely happening for Edwin Meyer, as Cameron Buckman took control of this thing early, but he is not breaking away as Meyer is latched on to Moto 1 winner Cameron Buckman, still in the lead, and I would just say at this point not comfortable. He needs to keep his lines together. Obviously, Edwin Meyer, by the evidence of that small mistake in the 10 Commandments, is truly pushing it right now and kind of paying off as he's keeping Buckman inside it.
Fluhart slinging that bike sideways, losing traction, losing ground now. So yeah, we might be back to Meyer and Buckman for the win in this moto. It's Buckman trying to get it back under control in the sand, but here's the pressure from Meyer out of Missouri. Whew. What'd you say about that bike getting loose there?
Holy cow, dude. And you know what? That's literally a technique, isn't it, Kevin? You just let that bike move. You don't fight it, but you use that lower body just enough to bring yourself back in. And that way you don't let the gas off. That way you keep that momentum up.
When that thing's getting loose like that, you definitely have to be committed to the gas.
Yes.
And that looks like what the 69 Mickey Fluhart is doing. As we see our QR code for scan to donate to St. Jude's pop up in our screen there. Go ahead and give that thing a scan, as St. Jude's has done amazing things with the sport of motocross, and they are keeping it going not only on the professional level, but also here at the ranch. Scan that QR code to donate.
Lapathon is probably pretty something familiar to people with youth sports. Essentially, the family can donate a certain amount of money per lap that the young racer and their family does. And then in this case, that money goes to St. Jude. Well over $1 million has been raised on the professional side of this sport for the St. Jude Children's Cancer Research Hospital in Memphis. So good to have the amateur program on board. Well, loose or not, Fluhart, whatever style it takes, has closed back to Meyer. So the battle for second is back on, and Buckman has pulled away from them. Side by side practically now.
And that's crazy. We talk about Fluhart's style. We talk about Buckman and his flow. Edwin Meyer, he's had the fastest lap for 2 laps in a row. Not by much, but he has carried the speed. So going to be interesting to see how that comes into play here in just a minute. Take a look at this.
Side-by-side action. One to the inside, one to the outside, long way around. They will be side by side as they go into the infamous Storyland section of this race course.
Woo! And a look over by Fluhart. You see that?
Yeah.
Sized him up right there.
And Meyer was kicking that thing sideways to try to stay low, get back to the ground, but it wasn't enough. So Fluhart had a good lap, a bad lap, and now another good lap, has taken second.
And this is so crazy as you're watching timing and scoring. Edwin Meyer turned a 2:19 that last lap, the fastest lap of anybody on the track, and somehow he lost a position, slides back to third. So I think he's just, as we're going into our 4th lap here, we'll see what they're doing on this next lap. But obviously, Meyer able to throw down times that are competitive and get himself to the lead. He's the fastest guy on the track and lost a position. That is not common in racing, so whatever went well on lap 3, looks like the wheels fell off a little bit there in lap 4. Let's see if he can rebound and make a charge back to the position he previously had.
Plenty of time, 6 minutes left in this one. Going to have a couple laps, going to be able to go back to work right here. But top 3 definitely separated themselves from the rest of the pack. Buckman, Fluhart, Meyer. Take a look a little further back. Going to be Sathoff in the number 4 spot. I'm sorry, Trey Gary in the 4th spot. Sathoff in the number 5 position. Ezra Armbruster finds himself in 6th. Cash Nick in the number 7 spot. Deegan Mullen rides in 8th. Bryson Smith in the 10th spot. Rounding out our top 10, Boone Lloyd. Bodie Robertson 11th. On the outside, just looking in, and going to be Riker Ward holding down the number 12 spot.
And there it goes as they check in for lap 4. Edwin Meyer's just with a terrible lap compared to what he is capable of. He's been running around the 2:19, low 2:20 mark. Throws up a 2:24 that last lap. So that answers the question we had about lap 4 going poorly for Edwin Meyer. And now Mickey Fluhart with a 2:18.0. Maybe he makes a run for the lead with just a few, 5 minutes left to go in this moto.
I was wondering if that might materialize. Fluhart really upped the pace to get to second, and at one point Meyer was there. So maybe Fluhart on the 69 will make a run at Buckman, and that's huge for the championship because the 69 of Fluhart was second in the first moto. So if he can get this moto win, they will be tied going into Moto 3. It's all on the line. Oh, and over the line. Fluhart goes down.
And it's crazy that that just happened because I was just getting said, Fluhart will risk it. He will hang it out there. He will hang it out there. He knows the urgency. And unfortunately, that's exactly what happened. Hung it out there just a bit too far. Fluhart picked it back up. He's on 2 wheels. But again, that's 110% effort right there, guys. 110%.
He had to do it. Finishing second in this moto would have put him in a real big hole going into the 3rd race. He had some momentum. Now you see the lead that Buckman has. And we're back to a battle for second.
Right.
See if Meyer can win the rematch. That turn has been tough on Fluhart a couple of times. That left-hander coming out of what is called Storyland in the back.
And I'm not seeing these other guys powering through, sliding like that quite as much. Steering with the rear, maybe a little bits of technique, but looks like he's breaking traction to me.
Yeah, his line choice has changed a couple of times, and he's gotten it right and wrong, but he's right back to the rear fender of Meyer. It's a good battle now. All right, super deep ruts in this corner, and then they're going to open it up. Some of the biggest jumps on the track. Fluhart sets himself up. He's trying to get to the inside.
Oh, wow.
They almost touched wheels.
They did, and Meyer lost a lot of drive coming out of that corner. Was not even able to step to the higher level of that step up there, and that's going to cost Meyer.
Is there knobby contact or not?
It was really close.
I'm telling you, I think those guys pulled it out. I think they had slight contact. That was amazing riding.
So that puts Fluhart to second. You can see Meyer wants to hitch a ride there and stay with him.
Not sure if the rope's long enough at this point.
No, and the 2-lap board, I believe, is out now. So just 2 laps to go. There we go. Get a look at that. That's at the finish line. They'll complete this lap and receive that beautiful white flag. The only one prettier than that is the checkers when you're Cameron Buckman. Love to see that displayed, as you will be the moto winner if you can keep it going. 2 laps to go here. Still got a little battle for second. See if Edwin Meyer can rebound. Now getting past twice in this moto, so see if he's learned anything and can maybe remount the charge here with 2 to go.
He's bringing it right now, no question about that. Not playing follow the leader, trying some alternate lines. Knows he has a limited time of just about a lap and a half to make something happen here, Kevin.
Here we go through the 10 commandments. We will see most of these riders just double their way through. A lot of triple options as we get to our bigger bikes, as we jump back up to the leaders. The number 5 working his way through some lap traffic back in Storyland.
He's got company, lap traffic all over. He split them, though. Good job by Buckman on the Husqvarna. We got this battle, Sathoff and Armbruster. That is 4th and 5th. Ezra Armbruster on the 27 in blue, trying to close the gap on the final lap.
Super crazy weed, 7 to 9 years old. We've been saying their names for 5 years.
Yeah, they are familiar names.
Yes, no question.
As they were
veterans at 9 years old.
As they were on the line, Megawatts, we were talking about these guys have been racing half their life already.
Yes, absolutely. 9 years old, been racing for 5. So, you know, absolutely incredible. And we've got to witness most of their careers. See these guys at all the majors and watching them progress, watching them grow and mature as riders. Absolute privilege, man. I love it.
It's unique in motocross that you really can see the next generation in pretty clear focus at ages this young. I know there is a Little League World Series in baseball, but it doesn't really have any correlation to what you see on the MLB side 20 years down the line. It absolutely does here. White flag now out. It is the last lap. Cameron Buckman would like to be one of the legends of the future at Loretta's. You see this? The billboard over his left shoulder here. Those are the photos of the who's who came through this ranch and then went on to greatness as professionals. And you name the rider, they probably had some success here at Loretta Lynn Ranch. And Buckman, well, he'd like to be able to tell a story like that probably about 10, 15 years from now.
Yes, no question about it. And again, I take great pride, and so do you, Weege, because we talk to him now. In 3 or 4 years, we're going to talk to him on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, it's a true training ground all around, too. That's why there's a full podium for these riders. You got to collect your thoughts no matter how tired or hot you are. And thank the sponsors and all the people, just like you do at the professional level. But honestly, the thing that probably makes it feel most pro-like is the pressure. When you decide so much in 1 week, I know there are some people that are going to say, you know, deciding so much of a rider's future in 1 week, is that really the fairest way to do it? Well, what it does is prove who can deal with pressure. It's win or go home here. And you know these kids are thinking about it all week long. Buckman in position with a half lap to go.
Yeah, Buckman in control of this. 21-second lead, so he's just got to ride this thing home about a half a lap, make his way through, pick his lines, hit his marks, and do not get tangled up with a lap rider. And it will be a 1-1 for Buckman. As Edwin Meyer, we have to wonder what could have been if he wouldn't have had that tip over. He's about 8 seconds ahead of Mickey Fluhart now, so looks like the next thing we got going on is Ezra Armbruster.
Yeah, he made some moves. He was winning or battling with Sathoff. He has won that battle. Blue flag is out telling the lap traffic, look out, here comes the leader. And that is the rider at Live Oak, Florida, the 10-year-old Cameron Buckman. backed by Team Husqvarna, Lynx Racing, Rhino Power, Alpine Stars, Bees Moto Lab, Mended, and Oakley. And he's going to be holding a pair of pocket aces, 2 1s. Won the first moto, and he's 1 turn away from winning Moto 2. Got that retro-looking gear. That is like 1991 style gear on a 10-year-old. Checkered flag is out. Cameron Buckman getting buck wild, celebrate this victory, and he is pumped. You love to see the emotion from these kids. The work they put in. It means a lot to do it at the highest level. And the gap was so big, still waiting for second to hit the line.
I believe there he comes. There's the second place rider, Edwin Meyer, just crossing. And Fluhart, I believe, as of now, they have to work their way through the Bermuda Triangle. But yes, Fluhart holding off Armbruster by less than a second. And Sathoff just behind him, less than a second as well. So that really got tight for 3rd, 4th, and 5th place position. But it is in the books. Buckman, Meyer, Fluhart, Armbruster, and Sathoff round out the top 5, 65cc 7-9 limited. Boone Lloyd, Trey Geary, coming across the finish line as we take a look at Buckman, Meyer, and Fluhart already catching their water, getting ready to go do their podium interview. Thanks to the many folks and sponsors that it takes to get you to the highest level in amateur motocross here at Loretta Lynn.
And there you have it, Rocky Mountain ATV MC top 10. That's how they stacked up 65-7-9. This is Moto number 2. It was Cameron Buckman grabbing that win. Meyer, Fluhart, Armbruster, Sathoff, Lloyd, Geary, Mullen, Smith, and Counts. Top 10. There's still some folks out there circulating on the track.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Kevin Kelly.
Yeah, man, happy to be here. Here's the AMSOIL Rapid Replay. Break it down for us, Kevin Windham.
Well, Buckman, I'll steal it from you, Kevin Windham. You won't see the 5 early. Not start, not terrible. It was actually the 58 who got out front early, Trey Geary, but Buckman didn't mess around for long.
No, Buckman to the front, I think at the end of lap number 1.
Yeah.
And then there was a lot happening behind him between Meyer and Fluhart. Ezra Armbruster also making a run. We're going to see a tip over at some point here right at the end of the 10 Commandments.
Yeah, Fluhart was trying to make a run for the win behind Buckman, was closing a little bit, then that tip over allowed Buckman to open a huge lead and a big win, and there he is sitting on a 1-1. And like I said, that gear that is designed to be the 1991 peak Pro Circuit Honda look, that's on a 10-year-old, so he knows nothing about that, but it does look sweet on the podium. We've got Sophie Phelps, 2-time national champion at Loretta Lynn's, greeting the riders, so we'll send it to her.
Thanks, guys. I'm down here on the podium with Cameron Buckman, Moto winner of 65-7-9 Limited. And Cameron, I believe the Moto winner of every Moto you've raced so far this week?
Yes.
Well, that's a pretty good week. How did you get yet another Moto done?
Pretty hard for the first lap. I had a pretty bad start, like 10th. I don't know what happened. I don't know who was behind me on the first lap, but they were coming. And then I just kept going. And then I heard no bike behind me. And then I see my dad says plus 15. And I'm like, what?
So you were at about 10th. You made very quick work of it. What did you find to be the best passing method around here?
Outsides, maybe.
All right. That's a good idea, mixing up some line choice. Now, who'd you like to thank for helping you get up here, Cameron?
My mom, my dad, my sister, Team Husqvarna, Rhino Power, Mended, Malcolm, Aaron, Oakley, Bees Moto Lab, Pro Taper, T-Rex, FMF, Dunlop, and everybody else. Thank you.
Cameron Buckman. Now we're getting ready to talk to our second place finisher. If we could talk to Edwin Meyer. Here he comes. Let's get him this silver medal. Give it up for Edwin. Hey man, well done. You're sitting on a 3-2 in this class. Tell us about that moto and how you are yet again on the podium.
Yeah, I got like 20th start, and then I just tried pass, and then, yeah.
So to move from 20th up into second is pretty impressive. Now, I asked Cameron this, where do you think the best place to pass was?
I would say in the sand.
Okay, lots of lines in the sand, and that's a good plan. What are you looking forward to tomorrow? Any motos tomorrow?
Yeah, I want to try to win a few of my motos.
That sounds like a good plan. Who would you like to thank?
I'll thank the good Lord, my mom and dad, everybody at Game, Altus, Minton, Renegade, PR2, ASV, T-Rex, Tamer for my whole shots, Pirelli, Huxon, Guts, and that's it.
Edwin Meyer, give it up for him. Now we're ready for our bronze medalist. If we can get Mickey Fluhart up to the podium. Give it up for Mickey. Well done, young man. Talk to us about that moto. Can I say you look a little bit tired?
Yeah.
All right, then what did it? What is causing the tiredness?
I don't even know.
Oh, it's just a moto or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about that moto.
It was good. I got a decent start. I was gaining, and then I wrecked 2 times.
Twice. So how did you recover from those wrecks and still end up on the podium?
You wreck, you just can't give up.
That is a good message. And who would you like to thank?
I want to thank my mom, my dad, Jesus Christ, keep me safe, Thor, Cobra, PR2, Alpine Stars, Dunlop, ASV, Scott Goggles, and everybody else. Thank you so much.
Mickey Fluhart, everyone, never giving up. And that is your 65-79 limited podium. Back up to you guys in the tower.
All righty, thanks a lot, Sophia. Great job down there on the podium. And we are going to kick it to commercials. We'll be right back in just a few moments.
This did not happen by accident. It's more than just stocking shelves. This is 40 years of breakthroughs, hard work, and pushing limits. Always striving to be better. Because greatness doesn't quit. Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Get ready.
Every time we hit the track, we're chasing our dreams.
And when we race for St. Jude, we're helping kids chase theirs.
For years, SMX has helped build a legacy of hope for families who never receive a bill from St. Jude.
Become a partner in hope by donating monthly
and get this awesome Love Moto Stop Cancer t-shirt.
We race for purpose. We race to stop cancer. Love Moto?
Stop cancer. Right here.
There's nobody else that, in my mind, touches the quality that the Suzuki King Quad offers. I'm Aaron Kelly. I ride a Suzuki King Quad 750. It's an awesome machine. I just like the versatility and the performance. Seems like the more remote place I get, the more I feel at home. The most important thing is that it always brings me back. The Suzuki King Quad I can count on.
This FloRacing broadcast is brought to you by Monster Energy, Unleash the Beast, by Amsoil, the first in synthetics, and by Rocky Mountain ATV MC. Get ready.
All right, we are ready up here in the tower. The Plus 40 riders are getting their sight lap underway. And one of our great partners is Campers Inc. They are out here. They are taking good care of you. It's Campers in RV. They are on site. They are riders. And they want to help you out as well. Let's toss it to Campers in.
What's going on, everybody? We are here in beautiful Loretta Lynn's, at the race. We're super excited to be here. We got the Campers in RV War Wagon. It's a long trip out here from us, being based out of Florida, but 50+ locations all over the United States, right? Full service locations where we sell and service RVs. So dirt bike racing is super important to us, right? Being a Hirsch and part of the ownership group that owns Campers in, I grew up racing dirt bikes and being a part of this sport my whole life. So, when you're here for 7 days, this is my 5th time to Loretta's, you're here for 7 days, it's hot. And, there's races like this all over the country. And servicing the RV and allowing you guys to camp and really being a part of the solution for the problems that you might have is a big part of what we do. And we hope you have a fantastic week here at Loretta's. We hope you're having even more fun watching Loretta's this week. We've had some great racing.
All right, welcome back to the live coverage here of the 45th Annual AMA Monster Energy Loretta Lynn's Amateur National Championships. This is Moto 2. This is a 3-moto format. So what we're doing here is we're racing these guys. We'll race 3 times. Lowest score wins. A 1, a 1, and a 1 is the ideal score. Plus 40 riders, they've had their first moto in the books here. And we want to introduce you to the moto winner. I think we got the Moto Playground moto winner.
Moto 1 winner, Andrew Short. Senior, 40+. Moto 2, up next. Dirty 100 points on the table.
Yeah, I think Andrew Short knows his way around this racetrack, Kevin Windham.
Nothing like having to race against Andrew Short, very accomplished. And again, one of those ex-professionals who is here supporting his kids. And what better way than to go out and pack gates, but also rip hole shots as well. So congratulations to Andrew Short, Moto 1 winner. And the racing action and the week entertainment continues. Obviously, Red Farron starting to show off. We had the fishing tournament with Malcolm Stewart, but it doesn't stop there. We have 5 o'clock music here with Zach Heron, as well as at 6 o'clock, Gas Beach Bash Blast with fire truck that apparently is going to be blasting the people down on the beach. So that looks like a good time. And of course, we cannot forget at 7:30, the Monster Energy Keith Sayers FMX demo. So the action continues off track as we will conclude our racing here as we get obviously a few more motos to go. Right now we're going to focus on the Plus 40 and Andrew Short and the rest of the gang.
We also have the Radio Fox highlight show tonight live on, I believe, Amazon Prime. Is that happening live?
That will be tonight as well after the freestyle show, but right now it is all about the Plus 40 as the card is about to go sideways. Can we catch our breath? We cannot, Kevin Kelly.
Every minute is accounted for here at the ranch. Moto number 2, Senior Plus 40 Riders Gate is about to be down, and we are racing. Watch this first turn. This is where you can win or lose a title right here, boys.
Well, it looks like Andrew Short's going to get the hole shot.
Check that out.
He is a hole shot king, was when I raced him in the professional circuit, and he is as well here at the ranch. The number 79 of Andrew Short, our early race leader, credited with the hole shot.
So Senior Plus 40 class, that means the riders are over the age of 40. You can ride any size motorcycle you want, essentially. And this is a class where you could have earned pro points. So Kevin Windham, national champions, could have jumped in this class and raced. There are other sportsmen's classes where you're not allowed to ride if you ever garnered 1 professional point.
This is not a sportsman class. This is the best of the best. If you are over 40, it doesn't matter your past, it doesn't matter your history, it doesn't matter how many of the professional races you have won, you are eligible for this race. And there's 42 dudes looking up there going, yeah, man, I'm racing with a national professional race winner, which is incredible. Hard to beat, but an honor just to be on the track with a guy like Andrew Short, as so many of these guys want to fight to try to beat him, because that would be a great accomplishment.
I think so, as we welcome Wes Kane to the booth as well. Wes, you've
Glad
been
to be
around
here,
this.
guys. Glad to be with the Hall of Famer, as you will. Kevin Windham and Kevin Kelly. Yeah, Short's going to know and make short work of it right there. He knows any of those guys can be dangerous. We call him the craftsman, the working man's class right there. So.
And looking at Jimmy Pavoni back there in about 6th spot, it's Casey Clark in 2nd, McNeil Skaggs Browning on the 56th, Jamie Pavoni 23, Justin Nelly 51 in 7th. So early moments here in this plus 40 class. We got some 40 riders.
Yeah, I saw that flying by. The Monster Energy live drone catching them as they air out that big leap into the Thor sand sweeper. I'm just going to tell you, it's a huck. Every time you walk to the tower, you see how far those bikes are flying through the air, and it is always impressive as they fly high above the race course. And tricky jump as well, and it's impressive to see seniors 40 plus launching that thing.
Just some of the guys here, not only short, but then you got James Pavoni. You know him. He's raced outdoors, supercross, arena cross. We used to call him No Baloney Pavoni. Pavoni, Nathan Skaggs, Will Browning. Those guys are from Ohio. They've raced together forever. Justin Kelly as well. Derek Fisher, you know him from down there at Hillbilly Hills in Bremen. So a lot of talent. Matt Miller. Chris Hunter used to ride what? He rode for Manchester Honda, I do believe.
He just won a plus 45 moto not long ago. Earlier this morning, his first moto win here.
Was that Manchester Honda?
I don't know if he rode for
Hunter. I think Manchester Honda. Small, then he got hurt. Something happened. Hey, Kevin Marquardt, so much talent. You just got to look down there and see. Jason Thomas back out there. Got those guns.
Not the same Jason.
Nah, hey, you never know.
Close, though.
We got to do a check on him.
Also see Shane Kelleher in the 14th position. He is a champion here at Loretta Lynn's in one of the older age group, I believe, plus 45.
Yes, Hunter did win 45.
No, Kelleher.
Kelleher did.
But he's got the #1 plate. Well, I'm saying just champions and the level of talent here. Again, if you're in the plus 40, maybe 45 plus as well, maybe even reaching close to 50 years old. There are many options and classifications for you to race here. Some of them, like you said, sportsmen, so you don't have to deal with the likes of Andrew Short.
Yeah.
Still got some fast guys. So
Still got a lot of fast dudes.
They're all fast. They all know how to ride a motorcycle. They are the craftsmen. Jeremy Cook as well. And Camo, Gall, Forrester. Jeremy Cook starting to drop down a little bit. I don't know what problem he might be having out there. But we can sure bet that Shane Kelleher will not stay where he's at right now.
No, he's back at 12th.
He's a tough dude.
He will claw his way and fight his way all the way up to the top 5, I bet, by the end of this thing.
So this one will be a 20-minute moto, and they are only 4 minutes in. The clock just went past 16 minutes. Andrew Short passed the finish line there, turning a 158.8. McNeil a 202. Pavoni 205. But as we get, hey, there you go. You called it, Wes Kane. Kelleher now rounds out the top 10, making some moves, turning a 2:08 lap time. That's a respectable time for Kelleher. And you called that. And Kelleher is the type of rider that as we get later into this moto, he will certainly find himself in the sweet spot for Kelleher, as he likes to make a charge late in these motos.
Yeah, he kind of behind the 8 ball with a rough start. Now, it makes it fun for us because he just plows his way through. He's a diesel. He'll get that lap time locked in at a certain point and just start charging forward. And that's Shane Kelleher out of the Northeast. Riders from all over the country, Texas, East, West Coast, doesn't matter.
He really don't get fired up till the cross flags come out. For some reason, he'll hover around there, pick a guy off or two, then all of a sudden, halfway through, he's already in the top 10. What, y'all have him 14th first lap or so?
Yeah, making moves early.
So he will definitely put some work in there. Grab that hamburger, throw it at you, hit you upside the head, and get back in there and cook up a top 5 moto win.
Right now, we're watching the battle here just around the 5th place position. William Browning and Casey Clark as they head into the 20 miles of bad road.
I mean, William Browning hasn't been to the ranch in how long?
He hasn't raced in 20 plus years. He said he hadn't raced in several years. So just
to come
and get in the mix.
Go ahead. What do you see, Kevin?
I'm just seeing a battle for the 4th place position as they actually have latched onto the heels of Pavoni as well. Pavoni now over the large jump into the center section, giving the tower the flyby, but Clark and Browning trying to make some ground, and Clark trying to catch Pavoni, Browning trying to pass Clark. As they go into the Bermuda Triangle, one to the outside, one to the inside. Is it going to be enough? They're going to be handlebar to handlebar as they head to the finish line. Looks like Clark getting the drive. Browning not able to make the pass yet, but certainly showed him a wheel and a fender there.
Yeah, Browning very fit, works for the AMA in the office there, taking some time off the office, come here to ride some dirt bikes with his buddies.
To the inside around the billboard.
That'll do it.
See how it works.
You're not going to complain too much about him about track conditions or maybe something. He's going to go, I rode it today.
It's good.
It's good. I'm out of retirement and got a top 5 out there.
Very raceable. And some of these guys, it's kind of cool. Like, this race has been going on for so long. Andrew Short probably raced this thing on an 80. So the nostalgia of coming back with your son, like Ezra Lusk is racing with his son. Ryan Villapoto has his kids out here. There's that whole element of just coming back and reliving some of your times as a kid, parked by the creek and just hanging out. Place is very iconic. There's some red boots for you, Kevin Windham, the number 97 there of Casey Clark with the red boots.
Red boots have been the ticket this week, although we now find the red boots in 5th place as he was overtaken by William Browning. I was watching that battle, and it took William Browning about a lap and a half to get that pass made, but he was applying some major pressure. Finally got the position, but no concern here for the 79 as Andrew Short back on screen.
Not to change the subject, but
let's change.
You spent a lot of years here. You used to come here with your brother. Have you actually drove around and found some of the little sweet spots you used to park at? Just think about, hey, reminisce a little bit. You guys back there with your brother in the back of the truck,
right behind
your dad just sitting, and you so many times here with your dad. And I kind of do the same thing. I'm like, yeah, we were in Area 3. Then we were up there where in front of the shower house, and you just think about, wow, the things that went on in that little area for a week.
A lot of deals have come together. A lot of careers have been built here. A lot of memories, a lot of heartbreak. Kevin Windham reeled off. He's up here hanging out with us 18 straight moto wins. 3 years in a row.
Nobody's broke that record.
No, he said somebody got it.
I believe so. I
think Stu got it.
I believe so.
Okay.
Who knows?
18 straight victories for our co-host here.
And we were talking about, because of the social media and the things back then, were they keeping records then? Or was it just like, oh, you won again?
Yeah, they had a pen and paper back then. It filed it away. We didn't have the Prospect app and
the Dirty 100.
The Dirty 100 and all that stuff. It's still pen and paper, though.
I think so.
Pen and paper.
He's
like
put
Francis
pen and paper
Scott
right,
Key.
and he wrote your nation's national anthem. The number 79 is Andrew Short. He's about to write another 1 in the scorecard here if you keep it score. A perfect score for a victory here is a 1, a 1, and a 1. 3 motos.
Can't beat it. Well, here you go. Watch this one now starting to shape up there.
That's the 97 of Casey Clark.
Casey Clark better look out because Shane Kelleher is in the top 8. He's made quick work of Chris Hunter, Skaggs, and a few others, James Singer, and this is where...
Hey, you remember the 13 of Garcia had his, I believe, wife had his translator. She's in Mexico, translating on the podium because he got on the podium in one of the earlier motos.
Yeah, look at Fisher, 97 to the...
Casey Clark there on the 97. He's got the 3 just in front of him. James McNeil. So James McNeil runs that number 3 because he finished 3rd in this class last year.
Yes, he did.
Fisher just a tick behind him on the 99.
Kelleher get Fisher. What do you think? Let's look at it. Kelleher running a 207, Fisher a 208. 2-second deficit there.
They're all bunched up. There's Fisher on the 99.
So bunched.
You'll see Kelleher right here coming into view. He's probably slapping a corn dog out of somebody's mouth because he's just upset.
No, he's throwing a burger at him and going, here, eat this burger. I got work to do.
Here we go. Fisher making a run on Garcia around the outside of the 20 miles of bad road. He might get a twofer here as his 97 kind of to the outside. Wow.
Yes.
Just as I thought Garcia was going to be passed by Fisher, Garcia passes Clark. Wow.
Makes sense of that. You're professional.
I'm trying. They're 3 wide still as they approach the tower in the midsection of the track here as they get towards the sand sweeper. Oh,
Fisher goes
launch it.
You got to hang on, son. Hey, Fisher was a gamer back in the day.
Oh, he's a top 5 mini senior rider.
So look at this. Garcia actually is going to come away with a pass on Clark.
Oh, you know what?
And Garcia moving up into the mix as well there.
I'm watching Kelleher start to pop into the view. Did you see just before coming out of Bermuda Triangle? I saw that red Honda.
Well, of course, look at his 207 lap time, the 212, 211, and 209 just in front of him. The math says he's coming. For sure, Kelleher should pop into view here as they go around the billboards there. There's the number 3 of James McNeil.
There he is.
To keep all those guys behind him. And the ominous, he's lurking back there. Like I said, he just goes 1 speed, and it's chugga, chugga, chugga the whole way
like
through.
That 7.3 diesel.
And there he is. Jason Wygant asked him on the podium, like, what's your training regimen? He goes, I got to be honest, I don't have one. I work 55 hours a week.
Hanging ceilings.
Race on the weekends, and that's what we do.
There he is. He has closed the gap.
He's got red boots on, too, so that means something. Kelleher is coming.
Yeah,
he's had to pass a bunch of dudes. He's passed 6 riders to get to the number 8 spot. Derek Fisher has passed 5 riders to get to 5th. Andrew Short has passed 0 riders because when you get the whole shot, you don't have to pass anybody except lap riders. That doesn't count.
There they come. Watch the 88.
Oh, he's lurking back there.
Headed back into Storyland.
His bike even sounds like it's from the northeast. It goes brap and whatnot.
Here he is to the outside line. Riders Pinklet crosses the ruts, kind of dabs there a little bit, but here comes Kelleher.
Kelleher almost down.
Okay,
He saves it.
He's still good.
Now, the Mortal would have went down. He just doubles right back.
A mortal man
I would have went down.
crashed.
I'd have hit the deck. He is so strong to fight that motorcycle. He fought off gravity. Not today. He's punching gravity right in the face
You
there.
cannot beat gravity. The only guy can is Kelleher. Look at him. Back at it again.
Sir Isaac,
there he goes. He's going to try to make the pass right there on Clark.
Man, if you're McNeil, you better go on that number 3 machine.
I was just about to mention that. McNeil has pretty much a three-way battle behind him with Fisher, Garcia, Clark, Kelleher. So there's a lot of jockeying for positions here. We're 7.5 minutes remaining in this race, so anything can happen.
Kelleher gets a spot, the 97, so now you're going to see Kelleher come through and clock in. If he can hang on, he's just bouncing.
How about this? $1,000 on the line from Flow TV. They were up here just hanging out. They said, you know what? Let's incentivize these races a little bit more. They said we're going to give away $1,000 to the winner of every class overall, $500 for second, $250 for third. You can scan right now to subscribe to FloRacing. So big shout out to those guys for taking the reins here and putting $63,000 on the line.
That's a great incentive.
Sure is.
That is.
If you're a working man like Kelleher, who took a week and a half off to come up here, he lost money.
Same thing with Andrew Short. Yeah. That guy's got bills to pay. You can't live off that. You can't live off that racing money forever.
No, these are working men.
Even K-Dub said, I still have to hustle.
There is the number 3 of McNeil. He is hustling right now. Willie Browning with a great ride right now in third. So it's Short, Pavoni, and Browning 1, 2, 3. And Browning can go all day. There he is on that 56. He is super fit.
No, they said he practices out behind the building at lunchtime on a start. So you would never know he's out there. You just see the dust. Mike Burkeen goes, where's Willie at?
I got a protest for him to handle. Well, he had one yesterday.
What's that?
He had to handle some protests yesterday, earning his keep his first day on the job.
Nicest guy in the world.
And he handled it with class and poise. Handling third place with class and poise as well.
Knows that rule book. Got it in his back pocket. When he gets off the bike, they're in that impound area, he may have to have a ruling right there and there with his helmet.
He's got a gavel. He keeps with you. You're disqualified. That's it. The heavy hand of Willie Browning. There's the number 3 of Mr. McNeil on the Yamaha. Here comes the 13 of Garcia all the way from Mexico.
Kelleher still back there in 7th, looking for a way around, looking for a pass. Top 10 look like this. Short, Pavoni, Browning, McNeil, Garcia, Fisher, Kelleher, Clark, Hunter, and Skaggs, brought to you by our good friends at Campers Inn RV. This is your Senior Plus 40 Moto 2, second moto of a 3-moto format.
Pass is made. Kelleher has gotten around the 99 of Fisher. And now he's going to go ruin the parties that are going on in Mexico right now for Mr. Garcia. He goes, not so fast. I'm going to stay fifth place away from you.
He's got 3 mariachi players right over there waiting for him in that top 4 spot. They're going to be playing a Lu Cucaracha for him over there if he gets on the podium.
Don't get the instruments out too quick, because Mr. Kelleher might have other plans back there in 6th.
He'll grab that maraca and throw it down.
Going after Mr. Garcia. There's the 79 of Short. The bike is clean. That's a bold strategy there, wearing all white. You're confident when you wear white gear, right?
Short wears the same gear all week.
Doesn't wash the bike. Doesn't have to when you get a whole shot. Don't have to pass anybody.
Don't even have to use tear-off. Same tear-offs they give him on Sunday over there for practice. He's good.
Short's going to save his tear-offs for his son, I would imagine.
Yeah, they're using the same pair of goggles.
Same gear, FloRacing. They're like, we gave you all the gear, man. You wore the same set 6 races in a row.
Oh, boy.
As we have about 4.5 minutes left in this race, it brings us to about 4:15 in the afternoon. Let's don't forget, if you're on grounds and want some entertainment this evening, you can go check out Zach Heron at 5 o'clock, as well as the Gas Beach Bash Blast shortly after that, 6 o'clock, with the fire truck. And we cannot wait to watch the entertainment at 7:30 with the Monster Energy Keith Sayers FMX demo,
hosted by your favorite.
You are my favorite. You will be hosting the Keith Sayer FMX demo, but right now it is all about the plus 40 as Andrew Short took the 2-lap card a minute ago, and he is on his way to a 1-1. It's hard to get much better than that, especially when you're ripping hole shots there, Kevin Kelly.
Yeah, no way. Everything's gone to script for Andrew Short. So now the real problem is the track or lap riders or the fact that it is 92 degrees, 40% humidity. So that does not pair well with a 40-year-old man.
I don't think it's going to hurt the Texan.
No, he lives in this stuff. I get it. But I'm just saying for the average Joe, you're back in about 25th place, man. You are looking for that white flag. That 2-lap board is a welcome sight.
Yeah, for sure.
Still short Pavoni, Browning, McNeil, Garcia. No change there. I'll tell you what, man. Garcia stepped up. Ran a 2:08, but Kelleher has made the pass just as I'm saying that. Garcia.
No mariachi players over there.
Pack it up. Pack those T-shirts up.
That's going to put Kelleher into a top 5 position. What did he do? You have the results in front of you.
Yeah, I do.
What did he do in Moto 1 for Kelleher? We know Short went 1
He
more.
got a 3rd.
Okay.
So that's a championship ride for him to go 3-5 to climb up into that top 3 overall.
You want to be overall, for sure. Get that bonus from Flow TV. That'd be nice.
Top 3.
Yeah.
From Flow TV.
What is that? 250, right?
$50 for 3rd overall, 500 for 2nd.
That'll buy a lot of ground chuck when he gets home. That prime cut.
Put some gas in that Datsun 200. He's got to get back to Rhode Island. It's a long ride, man. Got to put a tranny in the truck here.
No problem. Let her go. She shut down in Charlotte. I wanted to get over there to 77 and go north up to 79. Spent the night in Statesville at a truck stop.
All right, we were following Kelleher, McNeil, Browning, Pavoni, and Short. There's Short making short work of the field right now. The white flag about to come out for Andrew Short. The blue flag is out as well. That flag is for lap riders, so it gives them an idea that the leaders are coming through to kind of make way out of their way. Some of them do, some of them don't. Some of them are still battling for their own
They're just like, go around me, you'll figure it out.
And they're short, he knows that too. Andrew knows he's going to give him a wide berth. That'd be the worst. Bump into somebody and go down, get tangled with the lapper.
Well, Andrew Short sitting on a 41
second lead.
41 second lead.
That's
so
impressive.
I don't think he has to worry too much about the lappers. He could even have a small tip over, be able to pick up that KTM, although it's all white KTM, all white gear, white flag lap, just white everywhere for the 79.
It's an all-white party, and he's out there trying to get it done.
There is a little black in his outfit there, so it'll be fitting if he takes the checkers there, the black and white flag for the 1-1 perfect performance here in the 40 plus.
Look at that. Way to tie it all together. And 250 Pro Sport coming up next, boys.
Oh, that's going to be a good one.
Will Malinowski make it back out there? Remember, he got off big earlier in the day.
Yeah, Malinowski has been putting on a great performance here, and we are on the edge of our seats to see he is the Moto 1 winner in our 250 Pro Sport.
Justin Turner, also his teammate out of Club MX, rode well. I think he finished second, so he had a great ride earlier today. So Malinowski with a big get off. Hopefully he is able to get back up.
Open Pro he went down, so we'll see how he can do it.
That's right.
I feel like he's going to be able to remount and go for this title as we watch Andrew Short down the infamous 20 miles of bad road. That section there can jump up and bite you, as we've seen it take down a few riders today, but not Andrew Short, seasoned veteran.
So this says Loretta Lynn's for a reason. We are on Loretta Lynn's property. This is her house proper. It's a campground when it's not the most important motocross track in America for, about 2 weeks. Folks get here really early.
Yeah. Oh, this thing takes a minute to set up. Sure. And it goes like a well-oiled machine. After 45 years, they have a scientist. Well, bring us home, Kevin.
That's a well-oiled win right there for the number 79 out of Texas. It is Andrew Short, former factory Honda rider, is going to take the win. Double checks that checker flag. Don't want to pull a wash eagle, Kevin. When to move. Pull off early. Make sure you pull off.
I was listening that day. I was laying down, listening, and Ferry got the win.
I was so tired, I was seeing spots. That white flag had some black squares.
I was like, whoa, what just happened?
He's got enough time to go to the concession stand to Weird Beard, get a sweet tea, and come back, get on the podium.
Yeah,
the rest of the game.
40 seconds.
No, Weird Beard want to go up on the podium and bring it to him. And hang
can't
out.
have that. Can't have that.
As we wait for Pavoni to come across.
40 seconds behind. Willie Browning will finish up 9 seconds behind Jimmy Pavoni. McNeil hung tough in third, and Shane Kelleher. Is he going to get a top 5, boys?
We will see a little bit of racing left for those guys to get to the finish line, but yes, it is official. Pavoni across with the checkered. Andrew Short already breaking down his moto there.
Got the folks from FloRacing getting him all situated.
It's official. There you go. Browning, McNeil, and Kelleher. That's going to round out the top 5.
There's the 13 of Garcia out of Mexico. The 48 just behind him coming in. Should be Derek Fisher on the 99.
This one.
Christopher.
Oh, Kevin Windham with the back rub.
Checker flag continues to fly in this plus 40 class.
Casey Clark, 9th. Skaggs, 10th. Looks like Michael Mercer in there. Bernard Kelly, Singer, they're all coming in. Those guys are pumped.
They are probably literally and figuratively pumped. That's a term we use when your arms are pumped to max from holding on to those dirt bikes. That's how they finished up the Rocky Mountain ATV MC top 10. It is short all the way with Pavoni, Browning, McNeil, Kelleher, Garcia, Hunter Fisher, Clark, and Skaggs. Rounding out your top 10 riders from all over the United States, guys.
And Mexico.
And here comes your AMSOIL rapid replay, and it started great for the 79.
Check it out. Did it ever? And that is a starting machine. Andrew Short, he's a whole shot master.
And yep, and he's also a master of everything else required by dirt bikes. He's fit, he's got a good bike, knows how to navigate all the different obstacles here on the racetrack. There is the 3 of McNeil. There is Kelleher, I believe. There's the 97 in the mix as well. Casey Clark, who is up towards the front. That's how rough this racetrack got.
Oh, that's rough.
And it starts out nice and smooth in the morning. By the end of the day, like that, it is tough. It's hot. There's the 79. Checker flag. He's pumped to see that. And he's got 40 seconds to relax before the second place rider even comes across.
There he is. Checking in with our fly representative. They are happy. Rod Reynolds, probably listening back.
Oh, he's probably watching on. It's free right now.
He's got it. Big Rodney used to be a flat track racer. Hardest working man in the sport.
There we go. There's the man of the hour, the 79, Andrew Short, as we send it down to Sosa.
Thanks, guys. I'm down here on the podium with Andrew Short. Give it up for a moto winner. Andrew, great ride, especially after your ride earlier today. I'm sure that was exhausting. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I didn't have a great day. Open Pro, something happened with my rear brake, and I got sketchy a couple times. I'm too old to get hurt out there. It's not going to change my life, but still having fun trying to push. This class, I'm still missing Sipes. My thoughts and prayers go to him. Last time I forgot to thank the R&D guys at KTM and FMF, Fly, WPS, Hope, and Alyssa. They're awesome. So those guys have been a big help for me, and just stoked to be here. Hopefully can finish strong. And TJ Cycles, C Concepts, Factory Connection, Works Connection, graphics guys. Tasa is here helping me. Big thanks to my son and wife. Hopefully we can continue having fun the rest of the week.
All right, that's Andrew Short, everyone. Moto winner. All right, and we'll get our second place rider up here. We get James Pavloni up here. All right, give it up for your silver medalist. All right. Okay, James, I'm a newbie to the Senior 40 Plus class. How do you pronounce your last name?
Pavloni.
Okay, I was so far off. Now, James, tell us about that moto and how you put it up here on the podium.
Man, that made life a whole lot easier not having 38 pick. 38 to 8's not bad, so much better start. The first lap was still a little chaos, getting roosted. There's no smooth lines out there. You just gotta pick the best of the worst. So yeah, it was good.
And now I believe last moto you were about 8th, is that correct?
Yeah, I had a bad start and was just hanging on too tight the first couple laps. Haven't been here in 10 years, and you'd think an old dog would remember how to ride here, but I kind of forgot. And slowly chipping the rust off. But yeah, it was good.
Well done, and who would you like to thank?
Man, I got to give the glory to God. My family, I got to give a huge shout out to my son, my trainer, Horsepower Development. I think we came up with a tagline this morning, making vet riders fast again. This 51-year-old dog can still get around the track with these little bit younger guys, and just everybody that's behind me, FXR, Tom's Out Racing, Brap, Graphics Works making me a great looking bike, and just everybody that helps me out, my FCA family helping me out all week, so it's awesome.
There it is, second place, James Pavloni. Now we'll talk to our bronze medalist. Everyone give it up for William Browning. All right, I heard you are a big AMA guy now, is that true?
Yeah, I'm trying to be. I just got to give it up to everyone who let me be out here and took part of this and participated. My mom and dad, we haven't been back in 20-some years, and it's great to do that. Just everyone at the AMA, Fly, FMF, Heat Wave, all my friends and family who's just watching back home. I'm just pretty pumped to go home with a piece of something from Loretta's.
Well, this was only your second moto, so there's still another opportunity. This was a pretty warm, late afternoon moto. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, there's no substitute for being on the bike and riding. You know, all the running, bicycling, it just doesn't account to just out there and slaving away on the bike. But yeah, it's a great experience. I'm glad to be back, and we'll be out here Friday. Everyone, it's just like racing back in the day. It's all my same friends, and we're all out here just having a good time. So.
Right on. There's really nothing to substitute motorcycle racing. And who would you like to thank?
My mom and dad, the AMA, Fly, FMF, Heat Wave, goggles, Redline Oil, Dunlop tires, absolutely, for always having my back between this, Pit Bikes, Jeff Cernix, Rob Fox. Can't thank those guys enough. They always go above and beyond, and they're always contributing back into the sport, so it's just totally awesome to be a part of their crew, and I love that, so thanks a lot.
Give it up for him, William Browning, bronze medalist here in Senior 40 Plus. That is all for this podium. Back up to you boys in the tower.
Man, guys, if Willie Browning is tired, it's hot. It's hot. It's 91 degrees out there, 41% humidity. That was your 40-plus class. All right, we're going to speed things up here, guys. And let's introduce your 250 Pro Sport Moto 1 winner, brought to you by Moto Playground, the Dirty 100.
Moto 1 winner, Ryder Malinowski, 250 Pro Sport. Moto 2 up next. Dirty 100 points on the table.
Yeah, a lot on the table here. The last stop, Kevin Windham, before you turn pro, hit the big leagues, get on TV full time. This is a lot of pressure for these kids.
It is a lot of pressure, but these riders should be used to it at this point of their career. They've been to Loretta Lynn's many, many times. They felt pressure in big ways many times in their career. And right now we have some huge questions as we watch FloRacing on screen right now, the 31.
That is Ryder Malinowski.
And the question is how is his body? He had a crash earlier this morning in the Open Pro Sport class. The other pro race, this one will be limited to the 250cc. The Open Pro, they can ride either a 450 or a 250. Nevertheless, he went down pretty hard. Was able to get back on the bike, but you just wonder how the body is, and he's sitting with a Moto 1 win coming into this second moto in the driver's seat. Let's see if that injury plays any part in this moto, or crash. I don't even know that he has injury. Right. Crash.
The biggest thing besides the injury and wondering how he's going to recover, if he was 100% healthy, can he back it up? If you could go out there and back it up, then that checks another box. If it was just, hey, I got a good start, and now I finished 20th, 25th, there could be a question mark over there about some.
Now, there was no question mark during that race that he was flying through the field, one of the fastest riders on track when he crashed. So I think he's checked a bunch of those boxes off. This race brought to you by the 250 Pro Sport is brought to you by Race Tech. We'll get into some of that later on, but Race Tech, if you want your suspension dialed in, you better have it dialed in. This is the place to do it, and Race Tech is the company to get you set up.
And the track is going to separate the men from the boys, K-Dub. It is in prime, rough shape right now.
It's hot.
It's what they need to race on to really see what we're doing here.
Well, if you have any questions, they are about to be answered as the 2 card is up. We're turning to a 1. The revs and the emotions and the,
I'll tell you,
all of it's about to boil over.
Carson Wood has some questions to answer. He has not finished where we thought he would have. So we'll see if the 4th place finisher in the first moto on the 26 Star Racing Yamaha can answer some questions.
Here we go, Kevin Kelly, land rush down there. All riders coming through, everybody looks good. A couple guys getting bumped over those parts unlimited.
Hey,
there's the 31 Malinowski with a tremendous start, K-Dub.
Yeah, Cole Forbes going to be credited with the whole shot right here, but Malinowski trying to take control of it, but they are side by side as they go into the 10 Commandments. Malinowski around the outside gets a little bit loose on that first commandment, but he recovers well and continues to triple through As is Cole Forbes and Ryder Malinowski at the front of this 250 Pro Sport Moto 2.
Teammate coming into play too. Justin Turner, the Club MX teammate to the 31, right behind him, camped out right behind Malinowski, who slips back to third early stages here, West Kane.
There's Carson Wood now making some quick moves, shuffling Ryder Malinowski back. Those guys head down into Storyland. But I'm telling you right now, this is a powder keg of talent, and something's about to go.
And Kevin, you talked about Carson Wood. He has to deliver right here.
Yeah, Carson Wood not having the best week. He's off of SMX Next Combine win at Redbud on the July 4th weekend. So we talk about pressure and expectations from these riders. They have they've been racing some big races, and none, you know, having your opportunity to go to the SMX Next Combine and have a win in front of the professional crowd and race weekend is huge, but not having the best Loretta Lynn, he finds himself in a great position. Let's see if he can rebound and put the Yamaha into the #1 position. But right now he's got to worry about the 50 at Cole Forbes having a great first lap.
Forbes looks good. The old GNC mini cycle champion cuts ties with that.
Here we go.
Here they go, battling out. Tooth and nail. It's going to be Forbes.
One spot.
Yeah, Forbes.
Now Forbes, of course, another rider that was at the SMX X Combine.
Forbes wants to do well here,
of course,
and be one of those guys.
Jumps out of that inside rut, did Cole Forbes, but enough to keep Carson Wood at bay for the moment. But Wood putting a lot of pressure on right now. As he's around the outside as they head into this left-hand sweeper. Is it going to be enough?
Forbes, hang on.
It is enough. He makes the pass. And now he's going to try to set self because Malinowski is going to come right after your second-place rider, Forbes.
Our race tech, lap #1 leaderboard. Wood, Forbes, Malinowski, Turner, Gibson, Shane, Freehill, Kaniger, McDonald, and Powell. Cole Powell, Basalina now moves up there. Our usual suspects. This is the guys that you would expect to see up there, but so much out of the top 10. Haynes, Russell, Lawton, Enrigo, Devin Salo out of 101, Roos, Bowser, and Kate Johnson not getting what he needed right there, way down in 21st. He's got a lot of work to do. Kevin.
Shout out to Race Tech. They are the world's largest aftermarket suspension modification company and the go-to source for engine matching service for top engine tuners and factory teams. Whether you are looking to maximize the power of your bike or keep that horsepower glued to the track, Race Tech has you covered. Get out front and stay there with Race Tech suspension and engines. Big shout out to Race Tech for sponsoring this, your 250 Pro Sport. The tip of the spear here, the fastest riders we can put together on this racetrack, Kevin Wyndham. What are you seeing?
Well, right now I'm seeing Carson Wood taking control of this one as he flies by the tower. Cole Forbes right behind him. Malinowski in tow, as well as I believe Justin Turner. So things are really shaping up. We had the question, what would Malinowski do? Had a crash earlier in the day. Well, he's looking really good right now. Carson Wood not having the best Loretta Lynn's. He's answering and having a great second moto here in 250 Pro Sport. Can we hold on to this? As this race is not 20 minutes like most of the other classes, this one's actually 25 minutes in length. So we are at the 21-minute mark. A lot of work left to do in this moto #2.
While watching Carson Wood right now bust out a 1:53, 2 seconds faster.
That's a heater.
Yeah, he dropped the heater right there. He knows he's got to get away.
Guys, it is bubbling up. Malinowski almost got wiped out by the 57 of Turner, and they better watch out because Landon Gibson is about to get involved here as well. Forbes has it's about to bubble over.
All right, here we go. Let's watch this replay here. The number 95, we're going to get a look at him.
So William Kanagi having a big get-off here on the 95 machine. Look out.
Oh.
Wow. Big high side there for William.
That's out of Storyland going into the 20 miles of bad road. Looked like he had to make an adjustment as those riders appeared to, they potentially were going to come together. But the 95 getting the short end of the stick. Right now, we head back into Storyland again as the battle continues.
Malinowski does get around Turner now, so Malinowski's got his sight sets on Forbes. Carson Wood out front getting that clean air. So many things happening, though. Kate Johnson goes from 21st, now working his way up to 17th. Alvin Hillen out there. He just got around Holland Russell, so Kate Johnson now up in 16th. Kevin Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the points, you think Carson Wood's got a 4 and now a 1. He would be your point leader, I think, because Malinowski with a 1-3, that's 4 and a 5. So
Malinowski now up to second place. We had a 53-1 by Carson Wood. Malinowski and Turner both in the 54s, but remember, they were in traffic. So now that we come to the conclusion of lap #2 and heading to #3 now, as they are in segment 3. Let's see if Malinowski and
Forbes is second still.
Oh, okay.
KTM. Yeah, we
wrong on the screen.
We lose it every now and again. It'll pop back. It'll correct itself.
If it loses it, I lose it.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we still have
that
19 minutes and 30 seconds. We're not even in the meat and potatoes of this thing yet.
Yeah, sorry to Cole Forbes. He fell off the leaderboard, but it was obviously a transponder issue. As it rectifies, we now see that Forbes is still in the number 2 spot. So give some credit and love to that young man as he's still in the battle.
Forbes is going to be tough. Forbes is not going to roll over. He's going to stand his ground. He's going to take those punches as hard as they come from Malinowski and Turner.
He's about to get him right here. He's caught him again. And Forbes on that orange KTM. Malinowski on the blue and white Yamaha, the 31 on the plates. Malinowski trying every line in the books to get around Forbes. He is held tough. And here it comes. They triple, and he triples out, so this might be the momentum.
Oh, Forbes almost does a digger on that last commandment. Thou shalt not drop the nose. He pulled it off, lucky, but that's Cole Forbes' riding style. Bam, bam. He's kind of a bulldog out there, Kevin Wyndham.
Well, he rides in the woods a lot, so he's used to all those crazy courses that they have through the woods, and a lot of things flying at you in the woods, trees everywhere, rocks, all the rest of the stuff. Right now, I'm really wondering what's going on with Carson Wood. Now, again, not the best week. Now, we're only in Moto 2, so it's early in the week, but he's now turning a 52.7.
That's a great lap on this rough.
Where was that in Moto 1? It obviously did not come to fruition, but he is answering. You got some people wondering, hey, what's going on? Well, he's answering. And they're just, hey, maybe all for a Moto, that's fine. Right now, he's going to work, and going to work in a big way, 52.7 on his last lap, and that is straight hauling the mail.
On the inside, Kevin.
There he goes. No
slam in the door.
Forbes makes that KTM 4 feet wide. He slams the door. He doesn't let him go. Knock on the door, Cole Forbes. It's Ryder Malinowski.
I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to fight him off. That is a bit of pressure there being applied by the 31. Here he comes again right alongside. Justin Turner wants to follow
Turner's
through.
getting into the mix.
Oh!
Around the outside goes Malinowski, overtakes Forbes officially this time. I'm seeing it on screen. Don't have to worry about the rider lineup.
No, you can.
I got it right that time.
And Justin Turner trying to jump right in there and make that pass as well. And here comes Landon Gibson sneaking up on the number 3 just behind that battle.
Forbes just letting it hang out just like a flag on a flagpole. He is hanging on for glory as that bad boy is working it now. Here he goes, working those 10 commandments like a rib. Here he goes, hop, skipping, and jumping like a quick game of hopscotch. Can he hold on the pack of Justin Turner? K-Dub.
Well, Turner needs to go right now. I know he gets a sense he does not want to let the 31 get away. They've kind of been in tow, Malinowski and Turner, now with Forbes in the middle. And Forbes is not an easy guy to pass. So I think Justin Turner's kind of got that right on his radar. Got to make a move quick because Landon Gibson's coming to the heels of Turner as well.
Kay Johnson still hanging back there in 14. Chase Haynes, Russell Field, Thor Powell was in the top 10 for some reason back in 18th. Nettleton, Bowser, Brady. There's Riley Bussey out there. A lot of guys back there capable of winning this. There is RJ Johnson back there in 27th from the 101. Cole Kish, a name that we all know, didn't have the start he needed. Owen Covell as well. But Carson Wood is on fire.
On fire here as well. On screen is the 57, Justin Turner, just putting max pressure on that KTM. Flying right beside us here, Kevin Wyndham. New line on the inside. I like that.
Find anything new you can out there when the track is rough as it is right now at this time of the day. 4:41 in the afternoon here, local time.
So hot.
You got to find anything you can. That's, look. He's going to slam the door. He's a hard guy to pass.
He can, hear that bike barking down there. Cole Forbes is making that bike 4 foot wide, Kato.
Let's see if the 57 goes around the outside. He does not. He squares it back up to the inside.
Dang.
Shuffles the deck right there. A little
inside, go the long outside. Way around. Going to run out of real estate right here. The 50 slams the door again.
He has had to thread the needle about 4 different times here with Forbes on that 50 KTM. And Landon Gibson's got a front row seat to it all, right? He's just checking it all out.
Well, Gibson trying to do all he can to get into that party, but not quite there.
I don't know if you want to get in the middle of that two-way split right there. You might want to just let them
Justin
figure
Turner
it out.
On the inside, he was able to triple the 10 commandments. Can he hold on and make that pass?
Short way around.
On the pegs,
he
inside, got the line.
That took about 3 straightaways to pull that off. What a pass by Turner.
So now Turner is going to team up with Malinowski. Let's see what they can do. Malinowski now
Yeah,
a little faster on that one.
3.4, and that happens to be the fastest lap of Malinowski's moto. 52.7, fastest time for Carson Wood. But Malinowski finally getting into his groove and not in traffic, so we're starting to see slightly faster lap times for Ryder Malinowski. Isn't going to be enough. 7.8 second lead for Carson Wood. 14 minutes left in this moto. So
hey, guess what, Cole Forbes? You got somebody else to deal with.
It never ends for Cole Forbes. Sorry, Cole. Just when you think the onslaught is over, now Landon Gibson's on the heels.
Unbelievable.
Like a shark in the water. They are pouncing.
Yes, they are.
On Cole Forbes. I'm going to give Cole Forbes a lot of credit. A lot of credit.
Absolutely.
Not grown up with the focus of outdoor. Not even, he just dove in there and he is holding court. And that's just his style. I am going for it 100%. I'm going to give you everything I got till I can't give no more.
Gibson's giving it everything he's got to. And guys, it is late in the day. The track is rough. They just turned a 153 late, deep into this moto, which is almost as fast as they have turned all day long. Changing the lineup, the number 3 wants to go outside.
Oh, Cole Forbes, you got to go. You can't track that back brake and almost stop like that.
Yeah, that inside rut's really close to that pylon at the end of Billboard straightaway. So the rut is so far inside, I don't believe they're able to get the lean angle for that inside rut.
Well, Forbes able to hold off that attack by Gibson, and he can see Les Turner, so maybe the push is coming. Maybe Forbes says, you know what, I'm not going to keep giving these spots out. He heard Gibson back there barking, and the push could be coming from Gibson. You got to go, Cole Forbes, if you want to be in the mix at the end of the week.
Justin Turner also not letting Ryder Malinowski get away from him.
What happened to the 50 there? I think Gibson got around him, had a problem. It looked like he was recovering from something. As we check back with our leader, Carson Woods. No problems there, doing exactly what everybody thought he would do based on what you'd seen earlier in the year, Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, look, you call it as you see it, and you know, the expectations for a guy like Carson Wood is so high that when he gets a fourth, you kind of scratch your head. He's coming off, like I said, some really big wins on a really big stage. Now we're here at the biggest amateur event, and I was expecting him to win.
Well,
and so when a guy with that much talent gets a fourth, you just kind of wonder.
I tell you who's not scratching her head right now is Ryan Holiday, because he sees his man has went from 21st into the top 9 position. Does he have more in the tank?
Yeah, you're talking about Cade Johnson. He had a great moto this morning, but found himself in a tough spot at the beginning of the 250 Pro Sport moto. Now heading his way towards the front, and now inside the top 10, so good job, Cade Johnson, but still ultimately not where he or Holiday want to see him.
No, because when you get to that top 10, those guys come a little harder to get by. The speed is there, the fast is there, the tenacity is there. They're going to be very hard to click off when you get up to them.
And he just got around Devin Ruth, who has himself passed several riders, 13 riders for Johnson. Devin Ruth has passed 9 riders, and he just went around Devin Ruth. I saw him flying through the air in stereo just behind you guys.
Whatever you have. Go ahead, Kevin.
I was just going to say Carson Wood now out to about an 8-second lead as we focus.
Turner's
there he goes.
coming.
Yeah, that's what I was going to go with it. Just after we gave a little credit to Carson Wood as we're looking at the Monster Energy live drone. Here comes Malinowski, and right on the heels, Turner trying to do everything he can to tighten that gap. He's about 1.9 seconds back, and slightly faster on the previous lap was Turner over Malinowski.
Those guys are driving force right now, a force to be reckoned with. There is Carson Wood out front.
That looked good. He ripped that corner.
Just going like he turned on a dime, and you got a nickel's change on that one. So fast, so silky smooth.
We are watching the Race Tech 250 Pro Sport class. This is moto number 2. They race 3 times, and this is the second of those 3 races. 36 races or so classes in total. They all race 3 times to decide who are the best riders in America in those respective classes. He's telling you he's putting his nod in for himself. The 26 Carson Wood doing a great job.
Well, if it stays like this, we're going to be Carson Wood with a 4-1.
Yeah.
If we still have 10 minutes of racing left, we're going to have Ryder Malinowski with a 1-2.
Yep. So he's got some points to give, does Malinowski, but not too many.
Not too many.
You don't want to go into Moto 3 with that kind of pressure. Nah, you want to go in there with a clean slate.
There's a look at the 41 on the Kawasaki. That's Nate Freehill and Carson Fields going at it. These kind of battles are all over the racetrack. They have their own agenda. A top 10 for these guys might be incredible, and that's Nate Freehill trying to make that happen on that 47 machine.
Fields, Haynes, Russell, Bowser, Devin Salo, all working it in the top 20.
That was a look at the 27 machine. That was Carson Fields. So everybody comes in here with a idea of where they think they might finish. Loretta Lynch usually has another plan.
That's the mystique and the irony of this one. The dog days of summer might have something to say.
Oh, look out there for that rider.
That was the 27 as we still follow along with Carson Fields still battling it out with the 41 of Nate Freehill. And again, that's for 13th.
And that's incredible to not lose any time and not have any feet on the pegs as you work your way through this Thor sand sweeper.
That Bermuda Triangle, you about saw him gobble them up right there.
And Kevin, describe what everybody's on TV. When they go way to the outside, what are they doing? They're hunting for?
They are hunting for something smooth. Like we said late in the day, those most of these guys on Dunlop tires chewing the track up tremendously. This thing, if you look at it in Moto 1, is picturesque, perfectly flat, just looks like cake batter all the way around. And this thing is brutal, torn up, super rough. So if you find a lot, whoa,
we clipped the rear
down the
end.
long short chute. Those two riders come together.
Man, that was a painful fall there. He just went right to the ground on his shoulder.
Yeah, that's Carson Fields, the 27, I believe, down in the long short chute.
And that's why we wear all that gear. That's why we buy those expensive helmets and boots and goggles and wear all the chest protectors required by the AMA because of hits like that.
There we go.
Woods.
Carson Wood.
He could do it in a tank top, man.
Completing lap number 9.
Still got a ways to go.
9 laps complete, 8 minutes. God, that's a long time,
8 minutes
right?
in eternity here.
Did you see him absolutely rip that right-hander just then as well? So Wood's feeling good now on the far end side.
Yeah, now.
All right, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about
3 seconds deficit there.
Well, you know, the FloRacing was not focused on Carson Wood for that particular lap. He turned to 58. Now, is he just managing a lead or what? Because the margin between him and Ryder Malinowski is only 4 seconds. Ryder Malinowski turned to 55, so maybe it was just a bad lap for Carson Wood. We do not know, but we'll see if he can answer the call here. We're late in this moto, so anything could be happening. It's his
with that much time, and he's going to run 3 seconds faster. We could see what we saw this morning in that C class, down to the wire.
Well, there's a lot of lap track that Woods just cleared, and now you're seeing Malinowski's right in the middle of it as well. So that could have been it. Could have cost him a couple of seconds there.
Yeah, we'll have to see one more lap. Let him put another
lap time on the board.
Lap time on the board to get a bigger picture of what's happening with Carson Wood, as he was slightly slower that lap, but still with the look. The lead has already gone up as they work through their second times. Right. It's back to 6.4, so maybe it was just a lapper issue.
Yeah, a whole gaggle of lap riders held up Wood, and then they held up Malinowski as well. So that's a part of the challenge of being a rider late in the moto. And this young man has made a ton of passes here. The number 4 Kawasaki of Cade Johnson got around Kane Balasila. Cade is up to 7th place. He's passed 16 riders, guys. Wow, a lot of work that Cade has done. He raced the moto earlier in the day. So you know he is spent. He's got to figure out, I got to get rehydrated immediately.
And that's a great performance. But unfortunately, when you look at the record books, they do not have the plus 16 in the record books. It's just what place did you get. And Cade Johnson in 7th, I know that he's not going to be happy with that result, regardless of what the plus 16 or however many riders he passes. No. They forget that little tidbit of information once it goes into history.
How about Wood, Malinowski, Turner, and Gibson all have ones. They've all took one step up, and the number 4 goes. Cole Forbes has lost 4 spots to 5th, so not a lot of movement here. Carson Wood says, I'm just going to get out front.
But it seems like Forbes has found his groove. That's kind of where he needs to be right there. He's holding a 158. Everybody's kind of right there. Cade Johnson running a few seconds faster. There's a 159 Balasino, Ruth a 159. Matt Shane now gets around Forbes at a flat 2, and there's Forbes at 211. So not the best lap for Forbes. That might have cost him right there, a little miscue, a little bobble. And Johnson running at 158. So Forbes better get on his trusty steed and ride, because he is going to have company.
I think it's
not long.
How everybody
from the number 4
manages
Kawasaki.
I just watched the 31 dab about 3 different times. I think that's just par for the course, Kevin.
Yeah, when the track gets this difficult, to ride a perfect lap is difficult. It's kind of difficult on any track condition, but this is extreme in the fact of how many bikes and laps. We were talking to Brock Glover earlier, he was talking about keeping track of tires and how many laps he was doing. And he's talking about like 3,000 tires, and there's always a multiplier when you talk about every moto and 20 minutes long. So this track is brutal, but that is exactly what you want to see when you're asking the best from the best riders in the world to really crown champions, especially in the 250 Pro Sport Moto.
Well, you can do a little bit of math and say 40 riders going 10 laps is 400 laps of punishment to this racetrack per moto.
Here we go. We're looking at the back of Landon Gibson, who has latched on to, I believe, Turner.
Yeah, 1.1 seconds back sits Justin Turner.
Oh, boy, you better look out, Justin Turner.
Looking like the length of the moto is starting to jump on the back. We are 20 minutes in, 4 minutes to go as Gibson tries to make a run up the inside. Not going to get it done here, but still some time left. 2 laps to go. Not a lot of time.
Not a lot. Not a lot at all.
Gibson just took a face full of roost.
Under 4 minutes.
To the inside is Gibson.
I think that surprised him. I don't know if he was expecting that. So now he's going to turn it up here. White flag will come out next time around for Carson Wood and the rest of the gang.
Can Turner respond
in this Race Tech 250 Pro Sport class?
He takes a wide line out there, Kevin. I don't think Turner's going to let him off the hook.
No, these guys know how to fight late in the moto. It's when you get past and the 2-lap board's out, you might be a little tired and fatigued, but when the 2 comes out, you're like, I can fight through 2 more laps of this.
I'm going to hold you off. I'm going to try to make the pass, and that's what Gibson did. A sense of urgency there, trying to get a good spot. There he is in a 3rd place position there. Wants that Medal of Honor. Here they go in the back of Storyland.
Carson Wood has opened it back up to 7 seconds, so managing the lappers and the track and the fatigue, the hot temperatures, humidity.
So it's looking like Wood, Malinowski, Gibson now, Turner, Shane, and Kate Johnson now at 6th place position, up plus 17.
A lot of work, man.
A lot of work. Poor start for the number 4, obviously.
Probably out of tear-offs. Probably barely has a pair of goggles on at this point. Peachtree City rider on screen there. Peachtree City, Georgia is home for Landon Gibson. Turner out of Texas. He touched down. Trains in South Carolina. They're no strangers to heat in Texas, South Carolina.
Some of the hottest places, Georgia, to train. Alabama's got to be a barn burner over there.
Carson Wood through for lap 12, and that will be the white flag lap for Carson Wood as he will cruise this thing home, sitting on about a 10-second lead, 9 seconds actually. So
Carson Wood doing what he can do. He's going to take this moto win, and he's going to need to do it again, and then let the cards fall where they may in that 3rd and final moto.
Yeah, well, I believe this will be the first opportunity that we have to listen to him, speak to him, and maybe he will allude to what happened there in Moto 1. Very uncharacteristic ride, and that's just the level of expectation. And as Carson Wood is trying to make the step into the pro level, you wonder, simply with a 4th, what happened? And could be nothing, right? The depth of the class and the parity, but definitely this is a ride that we were expecting from Carson Wood. We knew he could do it, and here it is in Moto number 2, so we will get to hear from him if he continues on this path for about a half a lap to go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
White flag is out, and this racetrack is chewed to pieces. The drone shots really tell the story. When we go up high, you can see these riders have to choose a line after line.
6 or 7 wide. Line selection.
And again, we take basically a motor grader out there, smooth this thing out like it's a DOT project. This place is nice and flat and smooth, and then that's what happens. You drive your cars over here, beat these roads to pieces here.
Yeah, and when you say we, you mean JR and the gang. We actually
do not ride on bikes.
We do not run motor graders either.
We don't want to.
Great track crew here at Loretta Lynn.
Them boys are awesome. They know what to do.
Just when our day is done and we head to the house, they crank the diesel up, get on the dozers, and go to work and have it somehow magically prepped by the AM. So it's a all-night affair for the track crew.
It happens like Santa Claus coming down the chimney. Hey, you go to bed, it's this way, and you wake up, and it's that way.
You hope you have an early morning moto. Here we go. One more turn for the Star Racing, the number 26 ride of Carson Wood. He can take a sigh of relief, a big breath there. You did it, man.
Whoa. Bobby Regan, listening back home, has to be happy with this one.
Okay.
Nothing off his shoulders there.
Well, nothing off the shoulders, and that was a great ride, but there will be something that he's got to figure out with the math, because Malinowski come across in 2nd. It puts him in the driver's seat for this championship. Carson Wood is going to have to do what he can do in Moto 3, and it's going to take some help from Ryder Malinowski now with a 1-2. Landon Gibson coming across in third, Justin Turner fourth.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what you want to do in this championship, is put it in a position where you are in control of your future. And unfortunately for Carson Woods, very proud of this performance and a great battle and win. But it's going to take some math. It's going to take some work in here, and it's going to take some help from Ryder Malinowski and the rest.
A little help.
It's outside. It's outside the hands of Carson Woods.
Yeah.
So.
What if Malinowski's teammate has a great moto and beats him? And it kind of bumps him back.
Puts it back, or Kay Johnson gets a start and rode like he did this morning with Zacho.
There are several spoilers in this next third and final moto. There's a look at Carson Wood. He's like, yes, that's what I'm talking about.
That is why the mystique of Loretta Lynn's carries that reputation.
And he sits right next to the main man. He's going to have to battle in that third and final moto. Malinowski.
They're looking over there at each other going, ah.
All right, what's the plan here, boys?
Look there. Look, who's that? Big Mike.
Breaking it down right after the moto. It's a great time to reflect and figure out what happened. But right now we know what happened as we look at the Rocky Mountain ATV MC overall results for Moto 2. Carson Wood, as we've been discussing, the winner. Ryder Malinowski second. Landon Gibson, Justin Turner, and Max Shane round out the top 5. Kay Johnson passing a gaggle of riders to get to the 6th place position. Kane Balancino in 7th. Devin Ruth 8th. Chase Lawton 9th, and rounding out the top 10, Grant McDonald. And that is the top 10 of 250 Pro Sport. As we do a AMSOIL rapid replay, see the 31 and the rest of the gang. Malinowski getting a little loose going into the 10 Commandments. Cole Forbes with a great start, having to defend off so many riders was Cole Forbes, excuse me. Seemed like he was battling every one of the top 5 as he was doing all he could to defend. Great ride for Cole Forbes, but a few riders getting around him, and there we go, the number 26. Brushing those shoulders off as he takes the dub, gets the win, 250 Pro Sport. Moto 2 winner, Carson Wood, as we welcome back Jackie Legs as well as Sophia back to the podium. That was
I pulled rank.
There we
got
go.
Jason Wygant down here.
We're going to pass it down to Jason Wygant. Sorry, Jason, take it away with our
I
winner.
just feel like I had to earn my keep here on FloRacing. Same thing with this guy. This is what we expect from Carson Wood. You got that first moto win. Let's hear it. I'm going to hand out the gold medal to number 26, Carson Wood. So first moto you ended up with a 4th. Was that just a classic bad gate pick situation?
Yeah, I think I pulled like around 35, so I was way outside. And I had to push that whole moto. I pumped up really early. So that moto was a struggle for me. And I've been struggling with my starts lately. And that one, I got a terrible jump, and then I cut in over the roller, and I made some passes, which made my life a lot easier. And yeah, I was just maintaining. The lappers were crazy out there, and just trying to keep it together.
Does finally getting back where you expect to be, is that relaunch the confidence for the rest of the week?
Yeah, definitely. I usually have no luck here, so I'm gonna try to turn things around this year.
There you go. All right, who do you want to thank, Carson?
I want to thank my mom, my dad, Monster Energy, Star Racing, Yamaha, Dunlop, my trainer, Jeannie and Swanee, my mechanic, Talon, all my friends and family here watching me, Thor, Alpine Stars, and yeah, everyone else I forgot.
All right, there it is, gold medalist, Carson Wood. And we'll transition over to the silver. This rider is out front in the point standings, so to speak, holding a 1-2. Had to do some work from the back and overcome a big crash from earlier today in the Open Pro Sport. Silver medal, let's hear it for Ryder Malinowski. Smart thinking. The first thing I got to ask is about your moto earlier. You were absolutely flying, and then you went down. Any ill effects from that? Are you okay after that Open Pro Sport moto?
Yeah, I'm totally fine, man. That was a bummer. I was riding really good, and yeah, man, I'm pretty bummed about that moto. That was my time to run the Star Boy down and pass him, and I didn't get it done. So I'm fired up for next one, man. I've been working my butt off, and I'm stoked.
We're going to let this group start their sight lap behind us so we can hear. So you're sitting on a 1-2. Is there pressure now thinking about Moto3, or can you treat it like another day?
It's just learning for me, man. I didn't start this stuff too long ago, so every time I'm on the gate, it's a learning experience, and I'm taking for what it is, and I want to win.
All right. Who do you want to thank, Ryder?
I want to thank Dunlop, Tom Paulsall, the whole Club MX crew, FloRacing, everybody, Yamaha, and just everybody that supports me. I really, really appreciate it.
All right. Ryder Malinowski, second in the moto. Let's hear it for him. And a big dig for the number 3 to end up in third. Saw him making passes late in that moto. Will bring the Rockstar Husqvarna rider on up, keeping himself in contention as well. Bronze medal to Landon Gibson. Well, I'll give you this. You didn't give up, man. You didn't settle.
Yeah, man, no settling. It was a dig the whole time. Just need to sprint a little bit earlier so I can stay in the fight.
Yep. Who do you want to thank for a good run?
Jesus Christ for keeping me safe. My mom, my dad, everyone over Rockstar Energy Husqvarna. Mike Brown for the mechanicking, 100%. One Industry, Garnet, and everyone else. Thank you so much.
All right, let's hear it for the third place finisher, Landon Gibson. And that is 250 Pro Sport. I'll send it back up.
All right, good job, Jason Wygant. Congratulations, Carson Wood, Ryder Malinowski, and Landon Gibson. As now, we'll welcome back to the booth Jackie Leggs as well as Sophia. Welcome back.
Thank you, K-Dub.
Yeah, thanks.
Excited to be back.
Excited for some Mini Senior 2 action.
Well, here we go. Mini Senior 2 out on the track, taking a sight lap as we will do